It would.
We can pick up a pretty nice player in free agency for 18 mil.
Oh yeah.
The Raider way, or the Raider tenets of commitment to excellence, just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
To the back, and he's caught! Bear for the touchdown! Zach Wilson throws in traffic. It's picked off by Robert Spillane. Spillane taking off. He's down. He's in a little bit of trouble, but Adams gets him out of it. He got free in the secondary to the 23-yard. Looking downfield for Devontae Adams. He's got it. Touchdown Raiders. Oh, a dice roll in Vegas for 6. The Raiders at the 40-yard line, and O'Connell wants to take a deep shot. And he's got Trey Tucker out there. Tucker diving, and he makes the catch inside the 10.
As a young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports.
You know, that's where we really should move. That would stick it to him.
Big birthday in Vegas this year. I love Vegas.
The man who became defined by 3 words was ready to make history on that day.
Just win, baby.
Breaking news, the Raiders have a new general manager coming.
The Las Vegas Raiders are hiring John Spytek as their new general manager. Breaking news into First Take, Adam Schefter tweeted moments ago, Pete Carroll and the Raiders now have reached an agreement on a 3-year deal.
Pete Carroll's the coach to go build up the Raiders. This is a great...
With the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Genty, running back, Boise State.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate. There is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me. thought to quit. Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
That fucking dog over there fucking knocked my door open. I swear. Salute Raider Nation. Salute to everybody here in the chat. Salute to everybody, the mods in the chat. Salute to everybody here on the panel. Really do appreciate you guys. Salute to Mike. Salute to Harvey. Rudy will be here in a minute. And Harvey's happy his buddy's back. Hey, but you know,
I miss Rudy too. I didn't know as well as Harvey did, but I miss old Rudy too.
I give Harvey shit all the time. He knows it. Fucking
yeah, I know you do.
Outside of that, freaking appreciate all you guys. And if you want to give a shout out, feel free.
Yeah, what's up, everybody out there in Raider Nation? It's the number one Raider Stunner. What? I'm glad we can, talk about this subject because it's giving me happy feelings. First of all, salute Dustin and salute Raider Mike. And I'm finally happy that Geno Smith is deciding to leave the Raiders because he never should have been there in the first place.
I'm good. I just kudos back to you guys, man. Dustin, thanks for having me on. Harvey, it's always great talking to you. Me and Harvey had a little long talk earlier today on the phone, just chatting it up. That was a good time. And everybody in the chat, as usual, man. Appreciate y'all. Salute to every single one of you.
Hell yeah, appreciate it all, man. Appreciate all you guys. So basically, we'll start off the conversation tonight. Freaking. A lot of news going around about Geno talking shit on Raider Nation. Basically, a bunch of things coming out. There's been a bunch of conversations, I guess, that's been going around for the last few days between multiple people. I was in a chat yesterday, man, where we were getting into argument about Geno. Dude pops in there, starts talking about basically saying he was his cousin. Talking about a lot of shit that's gone on in there, and which we'll talk about, but I ain't gonna say people's individual names inside there. I would just say that this is basically what I would say. It's obviously happened to multiple people because there's multiple people out there that's been in this topic with it and have been talked to and sought after maybe by the same person or multiple other people. I have no idea. I didn't even hear about it till today from other people that other people were having the same conversations or deals going on. What I would say is here at the end of the day with Pete and Geno, if the rumors are true of what people are saying or about Geno not wanting to be here, wanting to play for the Raiders, feeling like he's been cheated, feeling like Raider Nation doesn't get behind him as a quarterback, that he's here to take us out of the slump that we've been in. Like, he's basically the savior for Raider Nation. And I've said it from day one. Like, I don't give a fucking what this guy thinks. I think he's trash as fuck. I've told everybody before we even decided to hire Pete or Geno. I told everybody in the live. I told them all before we even hired Pete. I said the biggest problem with Pete is he's going to bring Geno here and his loyalty to Geno. I said, at what cost will it take to bench Geno so somebody else can play if something was to happen? And it's just been on point this year about who Pete and Geno is for the team. So I don't know what Pete told Geno. I don't know if he told him, some story, come in here, you're my guy, we're going to save the organization or resurrect it. I mean, I don't fucking know what these weirdos think. But what I will is
probably better off that way.
I mean, their family is fucking weird. All their people are fucking weird, dude. Like, they all have this fucking a stigma of them that just feel like they're better than people. And I swear, the whole entire time talking, it feels just like I say, we owe him. Like that's basically it. And then the fact that we're not fucking getting down and worshiping what he's doing for our team, and it's not him, it's the fucking team, is why we're not winning, which is a crock of shit. You know, like at the end of the day, dude, I told everybody, man, how would we know if he bench him, if we can see if the team is somewhere else? I've called for the dude's head since like week fucking 3, 4. Literally said, man, like you got to bench him, dude. You got to start somebody else. We need to find out if this is a quarterback problem or if this is an offensive line fucking problem, dude. I've literally said Derek Carr played behind a worse line and still had better success. You know, like all the stories between Chip and fucking O-line, you know, like what's crazy is, dude, is the O-line played its best game this weekend and it's fucking played against one of the better defenses, if not the best defense in the league, you know, like, and they didn't fucking allow shit. Caleb Rogers gets to go out onto the motherfucking deal, have a fucking game, week 14 in the season. We're like, hey, let's put the guy out here, which we've had a problem the whole fucking time, and we're not fucking putting him out. Like this whole season has been a joke, man, when it comes to Geno and Pete, man, and fucking this staff. It's just Geno and Pete, man. It's really just them two, because I don't know if everybody else gets control of what they're doing, if they're being told, manipulated. I don't know the conversations, you know, like I was sitting there telling them, like we were talking in that chat, I said that I would like to see what Geno's fucking wide receiver reception count is to different receivers throughout the game, because I guarantee you he throws to the same 4 or 5 people every single game, dude. It's Genty, Tucker, fucking he'll throw 1 or 2 to fucking Beck, dude. He's Bowers. It's Bauer.
That's his main target right there.
That's what it is, you know, fucking. But I said when Pickett came into that game, it was instantly to bash for 2 big fucking plays, and then Cedric Jackson for a fucking touchdown 30 yards out on a bootleg fucking run out of the pocket and just dots that motherfucker like no tomorrow. You know, like
I just want to say one thing about that one catch. That one catch in the end zone was so sweet. But don't you kind of think that, you know, since Shedrick was getting shit on by the Raiders, you know, as far as getting playing time, and so is Pickett. Don't you think those guys probably had a lot of time at practice to
hell
work
yeah,
on their timing and
they
stuff
were on the
like that,
second string.
and it fucking paid off just like that?
Yeah, they play on the second string. I mean, that's
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're getting a lot of time together, so he's more comfortable with them than he is with Brock Bowers.
Hey, that connection instantly showed, you know, and
Right.
what else it showed is I've always said, you know, people told me in all the debates, listen, I talked to some of the biggest YouTubers that fucking put out content, and I talked to some of the biggest content creators in Instagram that all fucking told me that Geno and Pete was gonna fucking be these guys that, in their number one argument against me about AOC is that Geno is mobile. That's what they would fucking tell me every day. Mobile, he's gonna fucking run for touchdowns, dude. He's gonna fucking score. He's not gonna stand in the fucking pocket and get sacked like a statue. This is what they told me. There's fucking you. They've been in the chats here. They've been in the fucking channel. Like this is their words, not my fucking words, you know. And what did I tell them all right here on this bitch and right on my Instagram page? Literally told them bull fucking shit. I said, I don't know what fucking game you guys are watching, but Geno sucked fucking dick last year, and Mike McDonald willing to move off the motherfucker. I told him straight up, the reason Seattle was so good is sure in the fuck wasn't Geno's, that defense fucking holding them in those games fucking all year last year. And we're over here fucking acting like Geno's just this fucking Steve Young, Joe Montana, Tom fucking Brady, Troy Aikman fucking quarterback. This guy ain't done a fucking thing in his whole career. Just like I told them all the year before when they told me that Gardner Minshew was the dude. And I told them, get some fucking tape. Show me anything outside this motherfucker's rookie year, what this guy ever did in his fucking life. You know, like these guys, dude, we hold on to these. It's a fucking mess because of fucking us talking about him or praising him. Dude, in the beginning of the year, you know, this is the thing I hate about content creators, because they're fake as fuck. is like you got to stand on 10 fucking toes. I stand on 10 toes all the motherfucking time. I take criticism all the fucking time on my takes and what I talk about, where people will tell me, oh, you're crazy that you think this. I tell them, yeah, you don't know ball. Watching the next fucking month or two, you'll see that shit pop up. I said, there's a big fucking difference. I'm not afraid to speak on subjects before Twitter fucking posts it and then allows me to fucking speak. I know the fucking game. I know months before those motherfuckers are gonna put it out for their clicks and views, dude. Like I've said it, I'm not here for nobody's money. I don't come here for super chats. I don't come here to fucking ask anybody for nothing, dude. I come here to just talk about how the fuck can we fix the Raiders, dude. Every fucking conversation, all fucking people tell me, oh, you're crazy if you want to trade Max. If that's what's better for the fucking team, if we're not fucking winning, paying $32 fucking million, but I can go get 3 other dudes that can help us go win fucking games and get back where we need to be to where we can afford to play a guy like that. You know, I thought about this today. 2 of the best defensive ends in all fucking football are on 2 of the worst fucking teams in the NFL and ain't doing a motherfucking thing. You know what Myles Garrett doing? Sack fucking leader, no fucking wins, no shit. You know what's Max over here? Oh, he's getting 8 fucking sacks, fucking week 15. You know, fucking old man. You know, like fucking shitty fucking team. You know, most of these guys, Nick Bosa, Mika Parsons, numerous guys on good teams go home right in the first fucking game, second games of playoffs. You know, like there's a lot of fucking deals. Just because you have good DNs don't mean you're gonna win shit, you know, and you may be destined not to win a fucking thing. You know, so if we're sitting here saying, hey man, we want to get fucking better, is it better to hold on to players that fucking you can't? The defense is not gonna go out there and just win us those fucking games. If we were to go to the fucking casino and put a gambling bet down of what side wins the game more times than not, it's fucking 100% more times the quarterback of the fucking offense. That's what wins games, putting up fucking points, throwing to a tight end, throwing to a receiver, throwing to a halfback, handing it off to a fucking halfback. The offense is what wins fucking games. You go out and every fucking 17 fucking games, maybe 3 games, a dude picked it off and ran it back for a pick 6. So what is that? Fucking 12 fucking 21 fucking points, you know, for the whole season. Yeah, that's what fucking won that game. Bullshit is the offense going down, fucking either kicking a field goal or fucking scoring points. That's what won the fucking game. So it would say, logic would say, if you're going to try to fucking go to a rebuild or build a fucking team, you kick fucking Geno's trash fucking ass out of here and you build in the offensive side of the ball fucking first. Once you build on the offensive side of the ball, then you can get back to the fucking defensive side of the ball. But if we keep playing the, oh, let me put 50% over here, and oh, I need to get 50% over here, we're going to be in the same fucking thing. It's just a Band-Aid either side trying to fix something that's never been fixed in over 20 fucking years. In order to fix something, you don't just go into a home that's fucking falling down with a lot of termite fucking beam shit fucking leaning over, and you're like, you know, this fucking one beam right here and this one over here, I'm gonna keep that. Fuck that. You knock that bitch all the way down and rebuild the motherfucker. Like, I feel like the Raiders' biggest take is like, and I spoke about this fucking deal too, about how fucking the Raider organization has never had good success with fucking going out and getting a quarterback in free agency. The only time we've had success was when John Gruden went over there and picked up fucking Rich Gannon and then fucking, you know, developed him into what he wanted over there in my time that I can remember. I can't speak on shit in the 70s.
Plunkett wasn't a bad free agent.
You know, fucking, but all I can say is like, that's the only one I would say he went out and handpicked. Everybody else, dude, yeah, and like you said, everybody else, we've gotten the best of the receivers or the quarterbacks that were in the fucking game in free agency, and none of them fucking worked here. Some of them are actually stated as the worst quarterback that's played for the fucking Raiders. You know, like I think at the end of the day,
absolutely.
I think at the end of the day, man, like we got to quit looking at that. Oh, you know, like people salute, man, salute Rudy. We got to quit looking at things like, you know, a patch is going to fix the team. It's not. That's the guess. Sweatshirt.
Hey, Rudy.
Yep, I got.
Nice to see you again.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to see you. I got this in Alaska.
Nice. It looks fucking warm as hell.
Oh yeah, I was in Alaska. It's pretty cold, but yeah.
Yeah, like people sit and say like, "Oh, we're not a quarterback away from a deal, and we're not
What's up,
fucking this
Rudy?
and that." Look, I would say
Hey,
this,
what's
dude.
fun?
Like, I would say yes, we're one or the other away. If we were to go out and get a fucking good good quarterback and a good head coach, we would be able to win fucking more games. We'd be a more competitive team right the fuck away. So for me, I would say
Damn
it
it.
would depend on it would depend on who you're getting and what we're doing. Like listen, Pickett basically show you that he gets through his progressions fucking 10 times faster than Geno does. Just facts. Like Geno fucking sits back there fucking, oh, no. This fuck guy just hold on to the fucking ball. And again, he'll
Yeah,
take sacks. He takes sacks left and fucking right, dude. I mean, I've said it. I can't recall Derek Carr and the whole entire time he was with the fucking Raiders that he's taking a sack on fourth fucking down.
never,
Like, I can't recall
never,
that. Fuck, I mean, maybe
never.
one time. How many fucking times Geno take a sack on fourth down this year? Like 6,
Every
7?
time.
I ain't fucking I've never seen a quarterback fucking do that. Like I think that's crazy as fuck if you're taking sacks on a fourth down, at least throw the fucking ball. At least
You know
throw
what
the
I'm
fucking ball
saying?
to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're not even gonna throw the fucking ball, I think there's a big fucking problem there.
Just throw the ball deep, man. If they intercept it, so fucking what? It's like a punt.
Oh, it's just like putting the motherfucker. Good
But
job.
maybe we get a pass interference or something,
Damn
and
right.
fucking get lucky. Better than fucking just laying down and go like this, like he always does, and just fucking crumbles
Dude,
to the ground.
this guy is a joke, bro. Like this guy is a joke.
Yeah.
And just like I
Yes.
said, dude, if everything's true like that, what he's saying about us, about how he fucking thinks that we're a joke, fucking he don't respect us, he don't want to fucking be here, dude, that we should be deserving of him being here trying to pull us out of the slump, dude. Like
Deserving of him.
all-
Say what? What? Repeat that again.
that we should be deserving
Deserving
of
of
him
him.
being here,
Deserving of
deserving
him.
of him being here, trying to pull us out of the slump that we've been in because he believes he's the better quarterback. Like not even close. Like, and I've said it, dude. Like, if the guy, so look, this is why I know it's true. Okay, this is why I know it's true because why wouldn't fucking Pete fucking scold him for flipping off the fucking fans? Like I've said, I'm probably more pissed at Mark, fucking Spytech, fucking Pete, everybody down the chain for not fucking scolding this motherfucker for flipping off fans. Like he should have been suspended for a fucking game. Like there should be rules against shit like that. Like he's getting paid $40 fucking million. You're not here to worry about people's opinions. You're here to play the fucking game and get off the field. Like who gives a fuck if people are yelling behind you and talking shit? You didn't have a problem walking down the sideline at a high school game telling motherfuckers that's why they pay you the big bucks, why you're yelling at motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have a fucking problem then. It's a problem now that dudes are yelling at you, right? There's a fucking problem. So the guy is a fucking weird motherfucker. I'm just gonna say it straight up. I mean, the guy's weird. The way that they fucking talk, how they feel like they're here, how Pete even feels, dude. I've even said like probably need to get a DNA test and see if Pete is related to fucking Geno. Like there's
let me add to that, Dustin, about you saying that he said we need to be grateful of him being there. Well, in the words of the person who my father locked up, 1979 in the Omni in the Atlanta GA at the Omni Coliseum, the Stone City junkie himself, Rick James, cocaine is a hell of a drug. If you're gonna think that.
I mean, I think cocaine is probably most definitely a hell of a drug, but I think these guys are on a way bigger drug. I mean, it's a delusional factor, okay? Yeah. For a guy to come in and say that, for instance, Pete, dude, like, knows who is, and this is the thing I don't understand either. Pete has to know that the Seahawks organization versus the Raiders organization isn't even close when it comes to where they stand in development, of where they're at versus where we're at. They have a way better structure in Seattle than we do here right now in the Raiders. Like they have a way better foundation. We don't have fucking foundation. And then This is something I talked about with the Jimmy deal. This is something I talked about with the Gardner, everything. These guys Gardner came from Shane Steiflin's fucking offense. It's one of the best offenses in the whole entire NFL. So of course fucking he can make Geno look fucking good. Or Gardner Mitchell look good. Then he came here, he went with Luke Getsy's trash fucking ass.
Uncle Rico.
You know, like then you look at Jimmy G, he came in under fucking Josh McDaniels, and there's nothing wrong with that because he's familiar with the offense. But you got to look at what organizations he came from. He came from defensive-led fucking organizations. The Niners and the Patriots both had top fucking 5 defensive all-time in the NFL. Why this motherfucker was on the team? You know, like we're sitting here trying to compare their organizations to our fucking organization. You know, like Geno should have never been here in the first place. Aiden should have been the starter, and they should have drafted.
I did say that.
They should have drafted a quarterback, dude. I don't give a fuck if you had Geno or not. You should.
Me and Rudy said they should have drafted a quarterback.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been in the fucking late round. It should have been right away. It should have been somewhere in if not first, if not second round. Like you should have drafted.
Raiders could have got Jackson Dart traded up.
I talked about it the whole time. That was the guy I spoke about from week fucking 3 in the regular season after we got our asses kicked by old fucking Andy Dalton sitting out for a fucking year. I told them all I'm like, yeah, we better target Jackson Dart. People told me, oh hell, he's a 5th, 6th round all day, bro. You don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like,
you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. I'm like, okay.
I told him, Jackson Dart, this guy can run past everything. It's just like Fernando. If we do not get Fernando here and we fuck this up, dude, I mean, I don't care what anybody thinks about Sellers and them. Sellers trash, dude. Like, why are we over here trying to go get why are we trying to get a fucking, not everybody's Lamar and fucking Michael Vick. You know, we're talking about 2 players in the generation of that fucking time. And we're talking fucking 10, 20 years. This guy is not Michael Vick or fucking Lamar Jackson, dude. Like, the guy is fucking horrible. And we already have a fucking halfback. If we get an O-line, you're going to fucking fix that problem. Like, that guy can't be an option to the fucking Raiders, dude. And like, I said, like Ty Simpson, I was really high on until after this last weekend, you know, like I think he'd still be a good option. I just think he should probably just go down the board a little bit, you know, like sit him for a year or 2, develop him, maybe even sit him for 3 years, you know. I just strongly believe, I don't even care if Dante Moore comes out. If Dante Moore comes out.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about his name too.
I'm 100% Fernando Mendoza. I think
me too. Yeah, I'll go with that.
And then fucking everybody else. Like, I don't even think I don't think anybody's in Fernando's Fernando's fucking category. If we're just looking at this year's draft,
film
you know, like, look, if we were to get that dude from fucking Vanderbilt, Pavia, if we were to,
I've been hearing a lot about. I've been watching a lot of his games. He's real good.
He's going to be a later round draft pick, dude, and he is also a Heisman Trophy candidate right now. But he'll still be a later round draft pick. Fucking, we could be able to double dip quarterbacks here. We have 10 fucking draft picks. We can most definitely double dip in quarterbacks, which I believe is something that we should fucking do to begin with, because I think, like, if you looked at the RG3 and Kirk Cousins fucking deal, you know, you look at teams that go out and draft. The Patriots did it multiple times by, what was it, Testaverde, fucking Brissett, fucking Jimmy Garoppolo. They did it multiple times with Brady. You know, I think it would just be smart. I think it would just be smart if we have a quarterback problem. How do you fix quarterback problem? Just start drafting 2 quarterbacks until we can get it right. You know, like if you get Fernando,
is the quarterback from Georgia, is he in the NFL draft too?
I don't know.
I think his name Carson Beck, something like that. Carson Beck.
Carson Beck's in Miami, and he will be coming to the NFL for sure.
Okay.
I don't know if he'll get Carson Beck in 3rd or 4th, maybe. I don't know, but I think Pavia would be more between 3 and 5. And if we were to double up on Pavia and and Fernando, and then they pushed each other, but what I think,
Yeah, because the quarterback from Georgia, he real good too.
yeah, he's all right. I
Oh,
mean, he's good, but
saying is
he's
that
not.
saying?
Yeah, he's not as good as fucking. He's not as good. Listen, there's not a guy in this draft better than Fernando Mendoza.
Oh no, I'm talking about you were saying get two quarterbacks, maybe a guy like
Yeah,
saying or something.
yeah,
Right.
and I would say like Pavia from fucking Vanderbilt.
Right.
I would look like for somebody like him later, third, fourth, fifth, somewhere where we have another draft pick, we can grab a guy and look, dude, like when you look at Pickett, if Pickett, you can fuck up the draft by starting Pickett and winning games, and then you're
Right.
gonna have to make a decision: are you keeping Pickett for the long term? Like, hey, are we gonna keep Pickett for fucking 10 years, or is this our guy and we're not gonna fucking go quarterback in the first? Like Pickett can throw a wrench in everything. Like he can throw a wrench in everything. And I'm not gonna say that players don't resurrect themselves at certain maybe Pickett likes being a Raider. Maybe he likes being here and he's gonna do everything he can be. And he was a first round draft pick. So it's not like he doesn't have the talent, and he's been in the NFL for a while, so he knows the NFL. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right choice or the wrong choice. Like to me, I think the right choice would be go after fucking Fernando Mendoza, because Fernando Mendoza, he's a 6'5", he can run, he's fucking mobile, he's got a fucking arm like no tomorrow. I mean, he's fucking accurate, dude. The dude is on pace like motherfucker. I mean, you can be chasing him out and he already knows this dude's coming across the field, and the second he sees clean air, he's just fucking right through. Like the guy is a very smart kid, man. And I just think like if you go with Pickett, and he's young too. I mean, Pickett ain't old either. So it's not like you're
Yeah,
gonna
he's
need.
only been in the league like what, 4 years?
He's only like, if I haven't looked at his age, but I'm assuming
It's like
20.
I think he's been on four teams
He's
in
still a young
four
guy.
or three teams in 4 years or something
I
like
think
that.
he's 26 years old, if I
Yeah, he's
remember.
pretty young.
Yeah, that would be depending on the coach, because whoever we get as a coach, if he likes Pickett, if it's like a John Gruden will not draft a quarterback. He'd rather have somebody who's a little more developed, more seasoned, doesn't like to work on quarterbacks. I mean, he loves quarterbacks. I mean, he likes to have a small project quarterback, but when it comes to a right now quarterback, that's what he wants. If you get Gruden, I think he won't draft a quarterback. If you go with Kubiak, he might go with a different quarterback. It depends. When we have a young quarterback, if he's impressed, depending on whoever our coach is, if they're impressed with Pickett, then we won't draft a quarterback. But if they're not real impressed with him, yeah, I could see the Raiders drafting a quarterback. But if this was a senior, older quarterback, yeah, they'll definitely draft a quarterback.
Yeah, and that's why I think Pickett can just throw a wrench and everything, because Gruden or Clint, you have to have the quarterback. You got to draft quarterback, dude. I don't care if John Gruden comes here himself. You have to draft quarterback, dude. And that's why I think Aiden stays on the roster. I mean, you could either make your decision, Aiden or Pickett. At that point, I don't think it really fucking matters. The thing I think you can justify with Aiden O'Connell is that he knows he'll be the backup at some point. He'll probably be okay with it. He'd probably take money and still stay a Raider, and he's a good backup, and he can probably win in John Gruden's system. John Gruden said straight out his own fucking mouth that he said, hey, I really like Aiden. Aiden's gone into Kansas City, played big games. He's like, Aiden's won some big games already in his deal. John likes Aiden. So, and not only that, Pickett was already the backup to Geno, and he didn't even mention fucking Pickett's name at all. He said Aiden coming off fucking deal today, and he was like, Aiden's a really nice fucking player, like he's like, you can win games with them. So I believe like if John was coming here, you roll with Aiden and you draft your quarterback, because this is a factual truth is John's never really taken a rookie and developed them, not in his whole entire career. John Gruden has always been with more veteran type people, fucking Rich Gannon, fucking Derek Carr. He's always been he was with Brad Johnson.
Well, he did draft Chris Sims, though. Let's be fair.
He was with Brad Johnson and Tampa Bay. He's always been what round was Chris Sims drafted in?
I don't know what round it was, but that was his quarterback, and it didn't work out.
Yeah,
But
and believe me, he tried with Sims, and Sims just dumb as hell. I remember plenty of times watching tape on that fool where he can't even get the fucking play calling down or call the fucking play out there. I watched shit where I watched shit where John Gruden tell him, "You get the fuck off the field," and he's like, "Get fucking Gradkowski ready." He's like, "Fucking get him fucking ready." He's like, fucking, he's like, straight up, dude, like. You know, you're not going to succeed with everybody, but this is what I would say because you can go off of past success, but you got to remember, dude, John Gruden's been with people like Randall Cunningham, Brett Favre, fucking, he's been in the Steve Young, Joe Montana. He's been in the presence of great fucking quarterbacks as he was growing up and being developed.
Wait, I didn't know John Gruden worked with Randy Cunningham. I didn't know that.
Yeah, with the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
With the Eagles. That's when before he came here with the Raiders. Him and Sean Payton were there. Sean Payton was the quarterback coach, and John Gruden was the OC. And fucking then he came here to Oakland and took over the Raiders, and then he went and got fucking Rich Gannon from the Chiefs, and then fucking. But what I would say is John Gruden has been around big names. He knows how to work with veteran quarterbacks. He knows how to work with people that are already familiar in the NFL. But like I said, in the last tender, which that's what we have to go off of what he did last time, John Gruden had all his quarterbacks going. Like all his quarterbacks played pretty good. Derek Carr played fucking phenomenal from where he was at to where when Gruden got here, he went to a whole different level. 4,000 yards, fucking 3 straight fucking seasons.
He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
I mean, he went to a deal. Then you look at we had Marcus Mariota in there. Mariota fucking revived his deal here. You had fucking Nathan Peterman, dude, that was considered a wash. He even played fucking better here. Like. John Gruden can most definitely groom the quarterback if he has the time, and that's what I think when you look at Fernando under John Gruden. And this is something I'm going to talk about here in a little bit because it is actually a topic, so I'm probably not going to get too much into it. But I would just say yes, I think you can do a good deal. I should just say on topic of the Geno deal, like, how do you guys feel about, like, are you guys all mutual if Geno is to sit here and say, like, hey, I don't want to fucking play for the Raiders next year? Would you guys be off? He didn't play for the rest of the year. Like, how do you guys feel about what he's saying and the situation?
Who first?
Well, I'm gonna add to this what he's saying. It's totally bullshit to me because he's insulting the Raider Nation intelligence because it makes us angry. And it's like, if he don't want to be here, then damn it, let the good lords let the doorknob hit you with a good lord split you. Good riddance. And we can do a whole lot better without you. That's what I'm saying.
Rudy, you want to go next? I'll go last, or I can go next or whatever.
Okay.
No, you can go next. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm a little bit further away from my computer. I'll come right back. The signal will start to die out because I was going to give myself some 7-Up, but I can get my 7-Up a little later. Yeah, with Geno Smith, once he gave the birdie to Raider Nation, he signed his fate. That's just the way it is. He's got to go. He should have been fined. I do agree with what Dustin says. 100%, he should have been gone. It's like, fuck you, Raiders. And it's like, no, fuck you. He should be benched. He should not even be in uniform. Just have that motherfucker benched and and just Pickett and Aiden O'Connell. That's it. Those guys are in uniform and not Geno Smith. Geno Smith can be at home on his couch watching the game. That's where he belongs.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean he's fired because we're going to end up paying him, but and then they get rid of him the next year. I don't think he's tradable. I mean, his value's very low, so he's a lost cause. I mean, there were guys that were tradable, that like Derek Carr was tradable, but he didn't want to be traded, and the stupid like Josh McDaniels and Ziegler should have knew that. He knew they should have known that Derek Carr was here to stay, and they didn't get that. And they thought, well, we can get rid of him. And the owner would have said, no fucking way you're going to get rid of him. He's going to stay till he's gone. If you can't trade him, then you're keeping him, because you don't let a great athlete like that go for nothing, you know. I mean, that was fucking retarded what Ziegler and Josh McDowell does. But if you get rid of Geno Smith, it's nothing. His value's low. It's extremely low, and if you get rid of him next year, you know, it's all good, you know. But I think it's going to be. I think right now it'll be up to the new head coach, whoever that is, because I don't think Pete Carroll's going to be on this team. But you know, if I was the owner and he did that, that motherfucker's gone. I mean, what it is, yeah. All right, I gotta go get my drink. I'll be right.
All right, coach. All right. Well, my thoughts on it is, as far as Geno Smith, if these rumors are true, even if they're not true, I'd rather just see him ride the bench for the rest of the year. I'd rather. But if it's true, this is what he's saying. There's no doubt. Why would any sane person want him to keep starting if he wants out and we're going to get rid of him? And I think it was a damn foolish move. If he leaked out some fucking information that could be turned around by the Raiders to conduct detrimental to the team. And good, you know. So I know Dustin predicts the future a lot. I want to predict something here. I would say sooner or later we're going to hear some kind of story about how he's going to say that, oh, I never said that to nobody. This is all just rumors going around. Because if he tells people that he doesn't want to be on the Raiders and he wants out of the contract, fine. You're out of the contract. We'll let you out of the contract, but we don't owe him shit. So for him to say something that fucking stupid just does not make sense to me. But I mean, maybe he is that stupid. So
he is.
And yeah, well, if he is, that's great for us because we just saved $18.8 million.
This man makes Geno Smith makes Jamarcus Russell 2.0 makes Forrest Gump look like a Rhodes Scholar. Yeah, man. Really.
Well, he is Jamarcus Russell 2.0, but he's minus the man tits, but you know.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Really,
if he
man.
wants to be Jamarcus Russell, he has to go to Wendy's and eat a lot of burgers there.
And then I'm gonna tell you this: the last NFL quarterback to give a fan the finger, it was back in 2004. It was Michael Vick.
Oh shit!
Ryan Leaf
In the Georgia Dome, man. In the Georgia Dome down here. Yeah, a white fan was like saying something bad to Michael Vick, and Michael Vick just pretend like he was Stone Cold Steve Austin and gave him the finger when he walked off the field.
You know what? If someone said something bad to Derek Carr, a fan, you know what Derek Carr would say? He's like, "Hey, Derek Carr, up you," and he would be like, "I love you, brother. I'm going to show you the love," and that's Derek Carr. He doesn't get mad at fans. He'll say, "I'll prove you wrong, and then you'll love me." And what do? Then it's like, yeah. And he did that with the Saints. They booed him, and then when he was doing great, then guess what? They were kissing his ass. I mean, you know,
Derek Carr said out of his own mouth that he felt like a hired contractor for the Saints, man.
Contractor. Oh,
yeah, he said Raider Nation's always been his home. He feels like Raider to the core. He said with being over at the Saints, he said he felt like a hired contractor. You know, he said I challenge you to. He said I challenge you to find somebody that loves the Raiders more than I do. Is what he said. Fucking.
How about getting him somewhere on the coaching staff as like maybe an assistant quarterback's coaching staff or something like that?
And I got a post for that and a topic for that here tonight. So.
Oh, you do? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
I didn't know We think alike sometimes.
Yeah, facts. Facts. It's something we'll talk about here pretty short. We can talk about it next if we want. There's something I want to
Yes,
talk
please
about
do.
before it, but then we can talk about that. But with Geno, to end the topic on the Geno conversation, I've said it the whole time. I don't like him. I never wanted him here. I think guys
Me
straight
neither.
trash. I tried to warn
Rudy
everybody.
even said that too. Yeah.
Sometimes we got to learn the hard way. This is what I would say is like the guy is straight disrespectful, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I know back when I grew up
Very
in
arrogant.
days,
Very
I
narcissistic.
know this guy would get beat down. Like I know he'd get beat down. In
Tell
Vegas,
him, Justin.
people are soft, dude. Like people don't speak out on stuff like this. Like it's probably the weakest punishment for a guy that we're paying $40 million a year,
Mm.
supposedly to resurrect the fucking Raiders. I get it, dude, but at the end of the day, you just can't do shit like that. And I think straight up, like the Raiders should have benched him. They should bench him right here this week. But at the same time, I'm like, play that motherfucker because he's gonna keep losing. I don't know. I don't know the right way to go about this deal. The thing I'll tell you is I don't care if he wants to be here or don't want to be here. He's going to be gone at the end of the season. Same with Pete. They both asked fuck out of here. So I think it's like an irrelevant type of conversation when he just won't be here then. So for me, I would just keep saying fuck Geno. I wouldn't go to the games and watch them. I would kind of say like Pete saying at the presser about Raiders getting behind them now. They need us to get behind, but no, fuck that. Your home games will be your away games too now. So fuck off.
Pete kind of threw the fans under the bus on that speech, man. That pissed me
Yeah,
off.
he really did, man. How you expect fans to?
That pissed me off more than Geno flipping the finger. I mean,
Yeah, I'm like, how you expect fans to get behind this team when this team ain't doing shit, man?
Dude, listen, if
It's
John
set
Gruden was
blues.
here and he was 4-12, the team would be behind him because they know what he means for Raider Nation. There's a big difference. He fucking stands for them. He's for the fans, even through when we suck. Show me fucking time this whole season that Pete has interacted with any of the fucking fan base, dude, at any given fucking time, going down
no games,
win or loss. Just show me one. How many times if we Google John Gruden fucking fan base, dude, they're gonna see him up on the wall. Fucking,
Yes.
John.
He used to do it in the Oakland all the time. He'd come down to the black hole. That's where he'd come and fucking come throw himself up on the wall every once in a while.
He even went
Pretty
around
cool.
the stadium fucking slapping everybody's fucking hand down the fucking
Yeah.
wall. Like John Gruden's a whole different breed, dude. He's a whole different guy for the Raiders, dude. Like he stands for who we are, and Pete doesn't. Pete absolutely doesn't, dude. So Geno and Pete dug their grave together, and they're just gonna have to write this one out together, So
yeah, I got to high five him a bunch of times, man. Because I had row seats in the fourth row in the black hole, so it was easy for me to get down to the front, just like throw a hand out, just like do a high five type of thing. That's it. Not like we had a conversation or nothing. But it was kind of cool.
No, same. I mean, fucking. I think at the end of the day, I think this whole Geno Pete fucking experiment was a joke. I think it was a joke.
Yes.
Coordinators already mid-season, fuck all this shit. Like they got to pick their people, dude. They picked their guys. It wasn't like they were just thrown together. They had fucking months. They had months. They picked their people, dude. And this ended up being probably the worst shit show of all time. It's not even close. Like, is Geno ranked the 8th worst quarterback of all time for the Raiders? Yeah, but fuck, dude. The program here between coaches, quarterback, everything probably got to be first. Has to be first, dude. I mean, I ain't never witnessed nothing like this ever in my life, So I've said it. We've had some shit ass quarterbacks. We've had shit ass deals, but nothing to the extent where we just are trash as hell both ways, So I mean, we're trash. We're at the bottom of the barrel here.
Yes.
So look, there was other reports, dude, and I'll talk on this, and I know other people, but I'm just gonna say this topic here is strictly if we stay at the number one. This ain't about if we trade picks, if we go somewhere. This is just strictly at the number one position. There's conversation that says that Spytek said that he would be willing not to take a quarterback at the number one pick overall because he believes getting a veteran quarterback and a veteran quarterback has more leadership. Knows they're already programmed like a Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady, things like this. And I think maybe he can get a little spoiled on the fact of having Baker and Tom, kind of back to back. And
well, that would be depending on your coaching staff. That worked with the Patriots because of their coaching staff. Not every team can do what the Patriots did. So I would say no, that's a bad idea. We don't develop quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
We never have. You got to go first round. If you're going quarterback, you go first round. We already failed that already. Like the Cam Miller situation, that was a failure right there.
Yeah, so I would say like I think if you have the first, so basically what they were saying is that he would prefer basically a veteran salute out. Prefer a veteran quarterback than taking a rookie quarterback and developing them. And this is where I would have to say I'm going to draw a line. Okay, like we ain't taking nobody else but a fucking quarterback at the number one overall pick. Like if we're not trading and they're saying like, oh, we want to go DN here, or because it would be the only fucking player. I mean, I don't see who else you're going to take at that pick. It would be the fucking DN. But if Spytek says, and this is something that the Raiders got to figure out like right away, like they got to get in a room at the end of this year, they got to figure it out right away, where when they fire Pete and they do hold the first overall pick, they got to bring Spytek back in and be like, hey man, how do you, if we go with Fernando Mendoza here, like how are you going to feel about it? And if he says, well, I think we should go different, I would fire his fucking ass right then and there. Like I'd tell you, fire his fucking ass right then and there and say, well, sorry, we're going to take fucking Fernando Mendoza here. So if we have to go with a different GM and so on, then that's the way we're going to go. Because I think at this point right now, listen, I can absolutely care less how fucking people feel about it because this is a factual stat. Every team outside of Cleveland, because Cleveland's dog shit, but every fucking team that's literally put a new quarterback, a new rookie quarterback on their team and then fucking put a new head coach on there, they end up fucking winning. Like they just are able to develop other places. It's just like the Caleb deal. I mean, fucking going out there, getting Caleb, building the line, dude, and then bam, motherfuckers are out there winning the fucking division right now. Or second, I don't really know. I think I don't know, because they are in the same one with the Packers, right? So long story short, they're playing fucking really damn good football. But a year ago, they sucked fucking ass. Like literally just straight sucked ass.
Yeah.
But I've said it. The most success teams are teams that have a young rookie quarterback that go to a team and then they bring in a new fucking head coach, and that coach is able to spend other places, build that shit, and they end up going. Like Cam Ward with the Titans. Maybe here next year they'll break it down because they're going to be moving a lot of pieces, and they can give Cam the pieces that he needs. It's kind of like the Jets. I said with the Jets, they was smart that they moved off of Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner because they're not ready to win right now. And there's no point to pay these guys the contracts that they are. They can use those picks and put them elsewhere and start developing a solid core of team. And then hopefully over the next few years, they either get lucky in the draft or they can spend some money when they're winning and then get a quality player. But it's no point to have a quality player. What's this thing they say about taking chicken shit and turning it into chicken salad? It's still chicken shit.
Taking chicken salad and turning it shit. Yeah, you're right.
Still chicken shit.
Lipstick on a pig. That's the other phrase.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I think like if the Raiders are going to build the core from the ground up, like you have to, dude. Listen, the team is broke. It's broke on all sides of the fucking ball. I don't know if we've been to a point where the offense, the defense, your special teams, your whole fucking staffing is trash. You know, like if you got rid of Pete and you probably kept Chip, and I think I've never liked fucking McMahon. I've never liked that fucking guy. I absolutely can't stand that dude. I hate
Yeah,
him.
just like what you said, Justin. It's like what this organization taking chicken shit and turn to chicken salad, man.
Yeah, it's not
Year
gonna
after year.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I think like I believe Pete is strongly the sole leader to this fucking garbage team. Like I just believe he's the sole leader.
You think so? You
Listen,
think
if
so?
Kelly was here, I told all of you guys multiple times on the All 22 film, dude, that I watched earlier in the season. I said, man, fucking, I don't know if that's when I started telling people I don't think it's the O line as bad as it is the quarterback. I said there's multiple video on the All 22 film where there's multiple receivers wide the fuck open in the backfield that Geno's not throwing the ball or getting it to. So I believe that's on the quarterback. That's not on the offensive line. If the player's open, means the scheme worked. So I would just say like, and it showed when Pickett got in there. Like when Pickett got in there, nothing changed, dude. The defense was still hunting the quarterback. The motherfuckers were still hunting the quarterback. The offensive line was still the original offensive line. The players were out there. When Pickett bootlegged out on that 30-yard dot, you're telling me that Cedric was just wide open? There wasn't one guy literally right behind him, and there wasn't another guy cutting across the fucking screen trying to pick off the fucking ball. So Cedric's play was just fucking wide the fuck open. He just got the easy go. No bullshit. Motherfucker recovered like motherfucker, and Pickett still found a way not only to get out of trouble, but still to dot him right in the fucking leading them out here.
Well, that's the thing I've been saying
all
about
behind the motherfucker. Geno
that's the
throws the
thing.
ball back here. That's what Geno does. Running. Oh, ball back here. Fucking running. Oh, ball back here. Fucking if I'm lucky. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. It's never fucking just keep going. They say the fastest way to keep running is put the ball out here.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that was sweetest about that pass was he arced it. Geno doesn't arc his passes. It's a fucking straight line bullet. So, but what Pickett did, he layered it in there, what they call layering. You got a corner coming up
All right, you
from
guys,
underneath.
y'all take it easy.
And have a nice one, Harvey. Have a good one.
You too.
So you got a cornerback coming under, you got a safety going over, you got to get the ball over the corner but under the safety. And Geno could not do that.
Yeah. No.
That's what made that pass so special. I mean, he ran a good route. Shedrick ran a good route and everything. He did his job, but yeah, I think that would have been an interception if it was Geno in there.
Yes. Yeah, Geno does his throwing footwear and everything's off.
Yeah.
I think that's just he's been that way for a long time. He's just he's just a systematic quarterback. Systematic quarterbacks don't win games. I mean, there's some that do, like Jimmy Garoppolo, systematic. Even Garbage Minshew, who I call Uncle Rico. Well, my brother does call him Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico, terrible thrower too. But turns out that I guess Geno makes more mistakes than even Uncle Rico. But Uncle Rico doesn't have a arm like Geno, but he doesn't make the stupid mistakes like him. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's the truth. He made more mistakes. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thanks, Rudy. No, I agree with your points, Rudy, and I agree with what Mike was also saying. I think also what we have to be honest about with Geno. Geno had a couple of good years with Seattle. He was never an elite quarterback. Like he never proved himself to be an elite guy. he did have a couple of good years with Seattle. And then when Seattle noticed that he wasn't the guy and they were willing to move on from him and trade him for a third round pick, that signaled to me that Seattle knows something that we don't know, right? Like they had Geno in house. They knew how he was, how he operated. They knew his tendencies, and they were willing to part ways with him. And you don't trade an elite quarterback or even a good
No,
quarterback for a third round pick. You
no.
usually
You,
get a lot more for that. And so that signaled to me like Seattle knew that they had
sorry.
gotten the most out of Geno. You're good. And that signaled to me that Seattle knew that they had gotten the most out of Geno and they were willing to part ways with them. And they brought in Sam Darnold. And then, as we all know, Sam Darnold has been cooking this year. So Seattle effectively fleeced us for a third round pick because I don't know like what you guys thought, but we gave this guy like $66 million.
You said it right there. We got fleeced,
We
and
got
we,
fleeced.
we 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 thought we were the clever ones for getting them at for only a third round draft pick. And Seattle's over there, fucking idiots. They gave us third rounder for this because I mean,
To to
anyway.
to be
I
to
mean,
to be on to be honest, I don't think there's even a team who would trade a seventh round pick for Geno right now.
there ain't nobody going to. Yeah, Gino. I mean, we ain't gonna get nothing. If he just bow out and leave us our 18.8, I'm done. That's fine. You don't want to play with us, fine.
Yeah.
We don't want to. We don't want to either. Your contract is void. Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
And as you guys know, like I don't
Yeah,
call
if
him
he does
Geno, I
the
call him
18,
Eugene.
yeah.
huh?
Eugene? Oh, that's my middle name.
Yeah. I don't call him Geno, I call him Eugene. Yeah, but
Oh,
you're
that's
cool though,
right. Yeah.
Rudy. You're cool though, Rudy. We like you. We like you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
always go
missed
by
you.
Rudy. I never go by the middle. Yeah, I was
He's up
in
in the great
Alaska. I
state
was there
of
for the summer
Alaska. Yeah, yeah. Because I'd asked
for
Dustin,
three
"Hey, is
months.
Rudy gonna be on tonight?" And he goes, "Oh no, he's still in Alaska." I'm like, "Oh."
Let me
So
ask
what?
you guys. Sorry, Mike. I was going to ask you guys a question. I wanted your thoughts because I know you guys have been lifelong Raider fans, die hard for a long time. Um, I'm a little younger than you guys, I think, because I think based on Rudy's numbers there, I think he was born in
46.
'79. I was born a little later than that. He looks like 20 though. I don't know how Rudy does it, but he looks young.
Yeah, I was born in '63.
Yeah, so I'm a little younger than you guys. I'm like late '80s, early '90s. But I was gonna ask you guys.
Just a
I was
little.
gonna I was gonna ask you guys this question. It's actually good that Dustin's actually back on the panel.
Oh, nice.
So here's the question I want to pose for you guys. Do you guys think that Brady has done more harm than good? I just want to hear your thoughts.
Well, if he's done one thing
Up
or another,
until
in my
now. Up
opinion,
until now.
I don't really know what he's done.
And his
I think he's a
opinion is all he
spectator.
can give.
Yeah, he's a spectator. That's what I look at it.
Yeah,
That's all
I
he is.
really don't see him doing anything. It's just another name
Yeah.
to make Al or Mark some more money.
So this is what I think, guys. So like I think it's pretty obvious, right? Spytek got the gig because he has a connection to Brady. I'm not saying that's the only reason why he got the job, but that's obviously, I think, a firm
Yeah.
connection that led to Spytek at least getting the interview and then eventually getting hired as a GM. It seems like Brady also had a hand in getting Chip in the building as offensive coordinator. I think all of that's going to be fleshed out in the months
Yeah,
ahead.
but okay. So look,
So
let's say
he's
he did,
batting
right?
50-50.
Let's say Tom Brady, Spytek is a given, but Spytek's a good fucking GM. He's done nothing but good on this team. Every
I
draft
think
pick,
he is too.
which is another topic we'll talk about. But almost all his draft picks that's been on the field have all produced and been pretty fucking
So
good.
Dustin, this is what I was gonna say though. So like I think all of us could agree, like Brady, what he accomplished as a player may not be surpassed, like probably like in our lifetime, 7 Super Bowls, multiple all pros, Pro Bowls, bunch of records, right? Like he's obviously like the GOAT when it comes to the quarterback position, when it comes to accolades. And he did that based on hard work and a singular focus on the game. This is what I think that Brady needs to do. I'm not necessarily opposed to Brady being part owner. or even being full owner. Like if he would take over this like over Mark, I'd be like all for it. But this is the thing that I was gonna say. This is the kicker. In order for Brady to be successful, similar to how he was successful as a player, football was his only focus.
Right.
He would have to make ownership his only focus. Right now, he's doing a
Right.
lot of different shit, right? He's
Right.
commentating, he's on shows, he has his own like little podcast where he's like rating players and stuff. Like he's very active on social media. Like he's really a media guy now with a side interest as an owner. And what I think Brady would, if he really wants this shit to be successful, because we've talked about, Dustin and I have talked about this shit for like 3 years. We got to break this down to the studs. In order to do that, you need to have football as your only focus. And I don't know if Brady, in terms of his ownership stake, ownership has to be his only focus. It's nothing else. It's like eat, sleep, shit, Raiders owner, not commentate, study other film, like interview other guys, get on podcasts, like do shows. Like it can't be that. It has to be literally just ownership of the Raiders and what all of that entails. What do you guys think about that?
I would say, I think Brady. So listen, I bet you anything we're gonna find. This is what the true story about the Chip Kelly deal is gonna be. Anybody that watches film, like I fucking watch film, will sit and say they were fucking from game one all the way till Chip got fired. There are multiple fucking plays where receivers are wide the fuck open in the backfield. I don't think Chip Kelly's an scapegoat, dude. It's 100% facts. It's Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll and Geno are the fucking epitome of the whole fucking team. It is Pete Carroll and Geno. Geno can't get through progressions. Geno can't throw the fucking ball. He holds on to the ball too long in the pocket. I told everybody the whole entire time. I've been saying it all year long. What did I tell all you guys? Pull Geno the fuck out of here and put fucking Pickett in the motherfucker or put Aiden so we can figure out if this is a motherfucking quarterback problem or a motherfucking O-line problem. I've said it the whole time. If the receivers are open, it is not fucking play calling.
So Dustin, that's a good point, and I agree with you. But this is my question, right? Who's letting that shit happen? Who's letting
that? I
and
don't
by this
know.
I mean watch like who's letting Pete
I
keep
can't
on
answer
having
the
Geno
question
out, dude?
why somebody in the building has not asserted themselves
Because
to.
we don't know who's the
Exactly.
fuck is in charge.
Somebody needs to check them, dude. Like
Yeah,
somebody needs to have a sit
that should be
down.
a Mark Davis deal because that's not a Tom Brady job. Tom Brady, everybody knows Tom Brady's employed by Fox for 10 years. Everybody knows that. Any fan, any person, everybody knows Tom Brady took the deal before he even took the ownership with the Raiders. They already knew that
Long before.
They knew Tom wasn't here to be the fucking face of the Raiders. Everybody knew that Tom was here to, bounce things off. Were they going to give him a little bit more leadway because he's more allowed in the building now because last year he wasn't. This year he is. Yes, they've done that. And to me, I think he's done a good job in the fact he didn't want Pete Carroll. Fucking Tom Brady did not want Pete Carroll. He argued against the fact of hiring Pete Carroll. He even insisted to keep Antonio Pierce for another fucking year and see how that went. He didn't want fucking Pete
So
Carroll.
who wanted Pete then?
Fucking Mark Davis wanted fucking Pete Carroll. That was Mark Davis fucking hire. He wanted to hire Pete Carroll, dude, because of what he's done, his deals. It wasn't fucking Tom. You can look up any deal. Tom Brady did not want the Pete Carroll hire, dude. Tom Brady wanted to hire either Bobby Slowick, fucking he wanted to get a young dude, Ben Johnson, Bobby Slowick, fucking he had numerous people on that list. Fucking there were two other guys on there too, but he wanted to go with a younger minded coach for the head coach, dude. They just got stuck with Pete at the fucking very end, but that was not a Tom Brady hire, dude. Tom did not want, dude, you can look it up. Tom did not want the Pete Carroll hire, dude. Like he wasn't against it at that point, but it was never something he wanted. It was never on his list. It was never, it was Vrabel. It was Ben Johnson, Vrabel, Liam Coe, and then fucking Bobby Slowick. Those were talented
So
dudes.
what do you guys think if, because we've been
Mhm.
Raider fans for like a long ass time, and in my experience in being a Raider fan, anything is possible, right? Like we're literally like the franchise where anything can and will happen to us. What do you guys think if fucking Pete stays on for a year or two?
No, it's not gonna happen.
No way.
So
He's
look at
gotta
it like
go.
this. Look at it like this, man. I'll make it as simple as fucking possible. You eat the $30 million at 15 million a year. You eat the 30, or you can just eat hundreds of millions of dollars for your fucking fans not to show the fuck up and buy your shit. Like, we're not going to hurt them in the stadium because obviously all Denver showed up. The whole city of Denver showed up over here in fucking Las Vegas, but you're not going to hurt them in the stands. They'll sell the whole fuck stadium out to the away team. But when Raider motherfuckers don't start buying gear for a whole fucking year, well, that's going to be a whole different story. So that's where Mark makes his money, is the brand. So at the end of the day, I think fucking if you bring Pete here, fuck. How are you going to convince somebody to go to the game? You think people are going to be like, oh, fuck yeah, let me fly from fucking Jersey, go over there to watch the game, fucking watch us lose with Geno. Fucking bitch don't even want to be here, flips us off, talks shit behind her back, and he's here for a year fucking two. Yeah, fuck. Dude,
You don't think people are flying out to see Sleepy P,
we
dude?
fucking stupid. We're just stupid, dude. If we allow that shit, we're just dumb. We're
Hey,
just
hey,
dumb
hey,
motherfuckers.
hey, you guys don't think people are flying out to see Sleepy Pete? I'm
You,
fucking with
Oh
you.
yeah. My
I mean, if
brother
you're
sent me a meme of that of Joe Biden's face right on Pete Carroll's body. It was pretty messed up, but it was funny.
if you're flying out to see Pete play anything, you just fool. I mean, the guy is a liar. Him and Gino are fucking liars. They're scripted fucking people, dude. It's the same story every fucking week. Responsibility, accountability, watching tape, credible. Don't blame them, blame me. Bullshit. Fucking listen. At least when Derek Carr told that story up there, he fucking come out next week and kick shit out of dude. Like, at least Derek Carr take responsibility. He took fucking responsibility. Did I think it was a big weakness in Derek Carr? Yes. Even John Gruden himself thought the same fucking thing. I think fucking the minute that Gruden got here and he was able to fucking make Derek Carr start making players accountable, just like Peyton, just like any great quarterback should, fucking that your job is to hold them responsible, not fucking sit there and be like, it's on me. If it's on you that much, dude, you need to get the fuck out of the spot. You shouldn't be the quarterback, like at the end of the day, fucking like I've even said, like I think at the end of the day for the Raiders, I think it's just Geno is just a script. He's a script, dude. He's on repeat. He got paid. He don't give a fuck. He's set for life. Fucking guy got 40 million. He got 66, right? He got 66. But if we don't sign him next year, he's not gonna get that fucking how does that work? If we don't sign him, we get 8 million. He still gets paid fucking 18 million. But who gives a fuck? I'll pay him not to play for the Raiders. I'll pay him not to be here. Like, I don't have a problem giving him $18 million. I mean, we paid Rodney Hudson being on the squad 20-something fucking million for like 3 years. So I have no problem paying this guy to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's
Rodney
only for
Hudson
1
wanted
year, I
out.
think.
Yeah, Rodney Hudson wanted out because of we got rid of I think it was Osemele. We got rid of him and he got pissed off about it. He didn't like Gruden's decision and wanted out, and we got rid of
It was
Hudson
Gabe.
too. I
It
didn't
was
want
Gabe
rid of
Jackson.
Hudson though.
Yeah,
Or Gabe
and
Jackson.
the other thing, guys, about like the problem with keeping Geno. So let's say money wasn't an issue, right? Let's pretend that money wasn't an issue, that
Yeah.
we could get out of the contract without any money being impacted.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, you still don't want to keep Geno because let's say you draft a rookie quarterback. I don't want that
Oh, you're
rookie
fucked.
quarterback to I don't want that rookie quarterback to learn under Geno, dude. That's bad. That's bad quarterback play.
Dude, he's not gonna teach
Yeah.
that quarterback, bro. He's not gonna teach that
Won't.
quarterback. He's gonna shit on him.
It's gonna shit on him all day.
He
Yeah.
is, bro. He's gonna tell me he ain't no good. Fucking Geno's. He needs to bow down to Geno.
And Daddy Pete.
Dude, you know how many so listen, you know how many people have liked the post about Geno being trash? Russell Wilson fucking liked my shit. Fucking follow.
For
Fucking
real? Oh shit.
fucking you alright, bro? Give me 1 second, freaking.
But what do you think, Mike? What do you think if they decide to roll with Pete again?
Well, I I almost have a I kind of have a feeling that I think it's like a 60-40 that I think 60% thinks uh, they'll keep Geno, or excuse me, Pete. And if they keep Pete, that means we keep Geno. Uh, so do I like it? No. I'd rather find another. I mean, because there are some coaches out there, and with like Dustin was talking about earlier, we were all discussing is the fact that we're looking better with our draft pick and our salary cap. We're like projected to be third in our salary cap space. So that's pretty enticing to another coach to maybe want to come over and give us a try. But uh, would I rather keep Pete? It depends on who they can get. I mean, if they can get somebody better like a Kubiak or something like that, oh shit, Pete can kick rocks. It has no effect on our salary cap space. So
Yeah.
I'd rather see him start fresh instead of continuing on with a thing that can only last at the most 3 years. Start over, like you guys, like everybody's been saying. If
Yeah.
we're gonna break it down to the fuck the studs. Studs coming down to it. We're gonna break it down to the foundation. Make sure the foundation is set first, then build from there. I don't know, but I'm not attached to Pete Carroll. I'm tired of hearing his press conferences, and but yet I watch like an idiot, and just there's some there's also Joe
Do you
Brady out there. I like him, so
and Mike, not to cut you off, but do you, and this is a question for Rudy too, do you guys think that Pete lost the locker room?
Rudy, you go. I was just yakking my thumbs off.
Yeah. I think he didn't lose the locker like he did with Josh McDaniels because he's not a hateful guy. But when you see Geno Smith, though, I think Geno Smith is where he lost the locker. When he was getting sacked too many times and throwing interceptions. I mean, I think the defense really just didn't want to. Even though Crosby still does his best, but I don't think they know that Pete Carroll's not the coach. They know, and like I said, I do agree with Dustin. Uh, if we're gonna start all over, and you got a veteran like Max Crosby, you're going to have to get rid of him. Even if Crosby wants to stay, even if he wants to stay and everything, he's not. He's gonna go. He's gonna have to go. It's what's best for the team. You got to learn from the wise words of Bill Walsh. Everybody's replaceable. You have to look at what you have to do to make this team better. That O line can be fixed quickly with the right coach. If you have John Gruden could fix that coach. He could fix that O line. But if you have Gruden, I think Crosby stays. I don't think he's gone because that's his guy. But if you're going with a Kubiak, yeah, I could see Crosby being traded, and we have 2 first-round picks and another first-round pick next year. From possibly the Titans or because the Titans they wouldn't mind having. I mean, they already have a quarterback. They want to. You get Crosby right there. They don't mind taking him. Because if there's an edge rusher taken by the Giants, because Giants don't need a quarterback, they're going to go with defense. I think strongly on what's the best player available, and I've been seeing like the linebacker or anything. I mean, quarterback may not even be taken in the first round. I mean, if the Raiders get the first pick of the first round, then there will be a quarterback taken. But if we're in the second pick of the first round, because that's where we're currently at right now, then yeah, a quarterback is going to be taken in the second pick of the first round. I mean, because the Giants, they're not looking for a quarterback right now. They're looking for a defensive player, possibly an edge rusher or a linebacker.
I
think
forgot the
that's just
question.
where they're.
I was
I have a
asking
bad.
Mike, like, do you think that Pete lost the locker room? In other words, did the players
Oh
stop
yeah.
believing in Pete?
Yeah,
I
I
definitely.
think they have. I think they have. Yes, I just think the players are being men enough to not fucking say nothing, and keeping it inside. But how can they not be lost on him? That's my answer. Yeah. I think he's lost it.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you guys think of Mendoza? What do you guys think of Mendoza? I
I
haven't
have
watched too
not.
much of him.
I've heard of him a little bit. I need to see the video of him. But according to Justin, he's the better. I have to see the video and stuff. And usually when Dustin says something about a quarterback or a wide receiver, he usually hits it spot on. So I have to see it too. Not because I'm not doubting Dustin. I just want to see it myself. But if he's in the like I said, I don't think a quarterback's going to take in the first round because the Giants they got their quarterback and they're going to go defensive player. That's what they're going to do. So we're in the second round. Most likely, we're going to take a quarterback. And if uh, I could see Dustin being right, we could take a quarterback right there. But I
And the
think that would
DN,
be
the
the best.
DN, if they paired him with the dude in Abdullah over there in the Giants, fuck, they'd have the baddest ass DN room in the league. But
Yeah.
to answer I heard you guys say about the John Gruden deal. If listen, if
Yeah.
John got here with the O line can be fixed right now. If Colton Miller comes out
Oh
next
yeah.
year, so you went Colton, Meredith, JPJ, um, Rogers,
Caleb Rogers is looking
yeah,
good.
Caleb Rogers, and then you put
Yeah. We
Grant
could
at
take.
your right tackle, and let him play out the rest of this year. If he doesn't play good, you just draft a right tackle. I think you got a top
Yeah.
10 line right there. Like listen,
Yeah.
it's Brendan Carroll and Geno sucking. That it's Geno, bro. It's fucking
Yeah.
Geno and Pete, and it's his son, Brennan.
Mhm.
If 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 uh if Kenny Pickett could come out there and just play a few fucking plays that fast the way he did, Geno was playing behind the same line, the same defense, same shit before he got
Hmm.
injured. Pickett came out, made it look like nothing. Okay? Geno
Hmm.
struggled the whole fucking time.
Hmm.
So to sit and say that, oh, it was garbage time or that bullshit, man.
Hmm.
It showed he got something to be looking at least even if it was a fluke, even if it was a fluke, it was a good enough fluke to at least want to make sure that it's not. But you got to be careful. You got to tread water here because you're like, fuck, I play him. We win a game. We drop off. Then we go with them? Do we try to trade back up? I mean, there's a lot of scenarios about playing Pickett, and then you never know. Maybe Pickett goes in. Brendan Carroll sucks so bad. Pickett's got to run for his life. He eventually gets knocked out because he has concussion problems. Um, there's a lot of scenarios that can happen with Pickett. This is why I say don't fuck with Pickett deal. If you want, just trade Pickett. Like if that's how you feel like you have something with him, Just trade him. Aiden's under a cheaper contract, dude, and we get him next year for sure. Pickett, you're paying $10-15 million for a backup. I don't know if I'm doing that. Um, and like I've said, I think the O-line problem can be fixed easily right now. So I don't think it's as bad as people think. Like, let's find out who Charles Grant is first at the right tackle, because I do believe DJ Glaze is a liability. And I'm not going to say that you don't switch off of
He
Meredith at the
doesn't.
guard, but I do know Meredith at the guard played pretty good.
He doesn't. No, I think those are great points. And this is actually like, so after I watched the game film from the last game and then I looked at the stats on the offensive line play, something stood out to me. So Caleb Rogers played excellent. He gave
Yeah.
up zero
Yes.
pressures, right? So this
Yeah,
is
Exactly.
he gave up
he had a 75.7 grade point average, the highest amongst them all, dude. He
and
played
and
damn
and,
good.
and
To
so
a
this
man
is
that's
my
not ready yet, as Pete Carroll
Yeah,
said.
that's where Brendan Carroll come in, because he's a lying motherfucker. There's no way that he had bad practice going to play
so
and then
Dustin,
played that game.
so straight facts. And so this is the question I have. You have fucking Caleb Rogers who played excellent. This is his first start. He gave up zero pressures. Are these motherfuckers tanking? And that's why they didn't play him? You know what I mean?
So look, if they were tanking,
Then they take him back out.
well, I mean, I think if you're tanking, you don't bring them in at all. Like, why would you
Right.
start bringing in players that can make you look better than what you are? I think if you're tanking, you're staying with what you have and you're going to try
Yeah.
to ride it out. I don't think
Go
you
with what's not working.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you start off. Dude, they're playing a lot of the rookies right now because he's getting a lot of heat about it,
Yeah.
and a lot of the rookies are getting thrown in there.
Oh,
So I
and
don't
doing
know.
good.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say I've thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, I have thought about it. Listen, I've thought that scenario, but I think it's poor coaching, bro. Like, it's Brendan Carroll, Nate
Yeah.
Carroll, Geno, and Pete. They all suck, bro. Like, it's just facts.
Yeah, it's not like we're trying. It's just that we suck. I mean, it's like
Nate Carroll would not get hired by any other deal. Okay, his son, Brendan Carroll, was over in
I don't even
Washington.
know what Nate does in the team.
He's a quarterback coach. He's a game planner, fucking offensive game, run game coordinator.
Like an assistant or something.
Yeah.
And game management. Game
Yeah.
management.
What's his name?
Oh, game management. Yeah, that was his base. Yeah.
Brendan came from Washington as the O-line coach there, but that's
Right.
a 5-star fucking recruit team. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's a big difference, dude. Like, this guy fucked up his own line coming here by not trying him in different spots. What did Carmen Pasilla say when he came here to the Raiders? He said, they're always going to stay ready playing different positions. Nobody's going to stay in just one. We're going to rotate them wherever we need them to be. You know, Brendan believes if I think he belongs here, he stays here. Okay, Brendan, if you believe that, why the fuck when Meredith go down, you put Alex fucking Kappa in there? Like, you wouldn't even put JPJ in there, and now you playing Alex fucking Kappa at center. And I'm not gonna say he didn't play good against the Broncos.
Yeah, he actually did pretty decent for a
Yeah,
game.
he did play. But that should be JPJ's job. That's his fucking job. You know, like, I feel like Pete and from Pete, Geno, Brendan, Nate, like, everywhere down this deal, they're all off. They're off big time, dude. Like, and again, how are they not going back, watching the film, seeing the players open, and then just being on Geno's ass? Pickett came out and threw to two people right off the get-go that don't get barely any reps. And those were the dudes that fucking moved us down the field. You know, like, I'm not concepting how these motherfuckers are the coaches and saying, and that's where the tanking part comes in. Al, I get it, because it's like, are you guys just all fucking retarded, or is this like the Special Olympics fucking coaching staff? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking get this, you know, but
Yeah, dude, because it can't be that bad. Like, I feel like, fuck, dude, like, it can't be that bad. Like, we don't get paid millions of dollars and we see the fucking problems. Like, you know what I
Raiders
mean?
Unleashed,
Like,
bro. I mean, I hate being fucking rude, but I ain't be rude. But listen, up here you say why would they draft a quarterback before seeing what they have in Cam Miller, Pickett, or Aiden? As much as this is where I feel like biasness comes in when it comes to talking about an individual, right? Any person that read those three names and wasn't a Raider fucking fan would say fucking nothing. They'd say they ain't done shit. Pickett been already on the Steelers, comes from better organization, defensively ran team. If he was going to be good in the offense, he would have did it. He was with Pickens. Fucking, he had options. He had Johnson. He had options to be able to throw to and be able to win with. So it isn't like Pickett comes from the Giants, like fucking Daniel Jones. Pickett come from a fucking damn good organization. So, and good play callers, fucking, so it's not like
and
Pickett.
he has a winning record.
Yeah, at one game. I think he's 14-15 or something of the factor. Well, no, he's 15-10, right? 15-10. He's 15-10 with
Yeah,
14.
15-10. Yeah, 15-10.
He's 15-10 and 15 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. And look, I'm not going to say he's not a good option. I'm not going to say he's not a good deal, but there's plenty of tape on Pickett. Now, nobody's going to argue that Pickett couldn't be good or Pickett won't be good. Like, nobody's going to argue that. I mean, Daniel Jones, there's numerous people like Sam Darnold. There's numerous people that leave an organization, go somewhere else, and play good. No, I don't
Baker
think anybody's
Mayfield.
going to argue. Cam Miller is not going to fucking be no starting quarterback. Not now, probably not fucking ever. But Cam Miller can probably be an Aiden O'Connell replacement. Like, that's for sure. But I don't believe Cam Miller. Dude, Fernando Mendoza smoked that motherfucker. Fernando Mendoza going to smoke Cam Miller, dude. Like, not only does he smoke him in height, he can run, he can pass. Look, anybody that knows Cam Miller knows, like, does he have good stats in college? Yeah, but his accuracy downfield, dude, is not on there. He absolutely don't have the accuracy like Aiden. Aiden got great accuracy downfield, compared to fucking Cam Miller. Cam Miller nowhere close to Aiden's accuracy down there, short running, things like that. I would say Cam got over Aiden. Aiden can't run, like, I think you pretty much know who you already have if you've been a Raiders fan long enough. Like, Cam Miller would be the only, what if conversation, just because, he's never had a chance. You just really know him from camp and preseason, but I'm pretty sure people
I've
know
seen him.
Pickett's
I've
Pickett.
seen him.
And don't
He
get me wrong,
really did impress me. Pickett.
if everybody strongly
Pickett's a
believes
more
Aiden
polished.
O'Connell or Cam Miller isn't going to be the guy, if everybody strongly believes it, you can easily just move one of those players and still draft your quarterback. We would be dumb as fuck not to get a quarterback. I'm just going to be dead ass honest, dude. Like, what's everybody's argument for the last 3 fucking years? Quarterback. We need to get a fucking quarterback. Oh, we need to get a fucking quarterback. We need to get a quarterback. Now, you don't even got fucking Geno, and motherfuckers are like, we shouldn't even get a quarterback. Now we got first fucking pick. What the hell? What are we thinking? Like, that's the kind of Raiders shit that's why Raiders are cancer, dude. Like, Raiders are cancer because when motherfucker can't get the quarterback, they're like, get him. And then the fucking minute you can get the quarterback, you're like, nah, we don't need the fucking guy now. And to be honest with you, I'm telling you, dude, I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody thinks, dude. Like, I'm gonna knock it out the park because I know quarterbacks. Fernando Mendoza's dog as fuck. I've said it. It's Fernando Mendoza, every fucking buddy else. Not Dante Foreman, not fucking Maia, not fucking Stellers, none of these motherfuckers, not Ty Simpson, nobody on Fernando's level. Fernando is a fucking tall quarterback. Look, 6'5" quarterbacks usually ain't even mobile like that fucking dude. And he's fucking mobile, dude. And he's got fucking great accuracy on the run. Dude can drop bombs deep downfield on a fucking dot. He knows how to lead receivers, dude. He fucking only gets tougher as the time goes on. This guy's a
Sounds like a
fighting
Josh Allen.
Like the Raiders need a fighter. Like you need a dude like him. You need somebody that's, and not only that, dude, he has a Hispanic fucking heritage, dude, which will be a plus for mostly like who the Raiders stand for. I mean, you have to get you got to get Fernando, man. Like if you're trying to show Raider Nation that you're trying to make change, that hey, we're gonna finally build around a young quarterback. We'll do this the right way. I can't count how many organizations, dude, from Joe Burrows on down the line of how many organizations went with young quarterbacks to switch their fucking teams around, fucking Bills included. I mean, everybody that was struggling all went with young quarterbacks. You know what we do? We go for fucking, what are we going to do? Take Kyler Murray? That's who we're going to trade for, Kyler Murray, right? And you guys are okay
Not
with that?
that little midget.
Dumb as hell. Fucking dumb as hell.
No. Takes two hands to throw the football.
Yeah,
Sorry.
fuck me. Fuck he needs a fucking step stool just to see over the fucking line. I mean, fuck no, dude. And whenever new Call of Duty comes out, this fool's getting hurt, you know, like, no.
He's a step stool to take a snap under center.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, salute to all you guys up in the chat, man. Rosetown, everybody, freaking Paul, Raiders Unleashed, freaking all you guys, man. Raider Nation, One Way Booster, all you guys, man. Zombie, appreciate all you guys. I think this is Alchem, Sea Lost Raider. Salute to all you guys, man. Appreciate y'all. Salute to everybody on the panel. So appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I just think freaking. I think we're at the point, dude, where the team's broken and you just got to fix it, which is something we can talk about probably in this next conversation. Is the Clint or Gruden conversation? All right, that's what the conversation was going to be, is Clint or Gruden. And basically, this conversation, I'll just start. You guys can go how you want when you get done. But this is what I'd say. A lot of people say they want Clint. A lot of people say they would take Gruden. Okay, and this is how I would base this conversation off. Clint, in everybody's mind, West Coast. Listen, Clint come out of the fucking John Gruden their tree. John Gruden know this tree long before fucking Clint know it. For damn sure. Clinton is more modern. Comes from Shanahan, things of those. Same West Coast, everything. Same thing John runs. I would say, like in Clint's case, if the team, so I'd probably have to start Gruden. All right, look, this is why I think Gruden would be the better bet, in my personal opinion, if we had the choice. If they said, hey, walk in the room, man, you can pick Gruden or Clint right now, we can hire either one. Which one do you want? First question I'd ask him is like, we're starting a full rebuild, right? So we're going to break the team down. We're going to rebuild the team. If they say, yeah, that's what we're going to do, we're going to spend the next 5 years restructuring the offense, defense, we're going new coaching staff all the way down. I'm telling them I'm picking John, because I'm going to say, like, the reason I'm going to pick John over Clint is because Clint don't know the Raiders. Like, he's not from the Raiders. He don't know the culture. He doesn't know what it is. I believe if you're going to rebuild the Raiders the right way, you need to get people back in here. That John Gruden's one of the best coaches in all the NFL. And listen, we can argue the fact that the first time when John Gruden came here in 2018, he started off hot, ended up slow in the late. But listen, John Gruden started off every year 3-0, damn near 3-0, fucking. And then, yeah, did he fall off towards towards the end and so on? Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. But bad teams, when you're running them hard in the beginning, and then fucking bad teams are going to fall off in the end when other teams are getting ready to go to playoffs. It's just facts, And not only that, people want to say that about Gruden, but Gruden reshaped the whole entire defense and offense when he came here. So of course the first 2 years it was fucking hard, because yeah, he went 4-12, dude, with the fucking team he was fully rebuilding. And people will sit here and say, John Gruden, don't let John Gruden draft, and don't let him control that, because he had bad picks. He picked Leatherwood, and he picked Cleveland Farrell, and he picked Damon Arnett. John doesn't know what he's doing. They wasted picks. All right, I think that's a one-sided conversation because first off, you just named all the fucking bad picks, which was only about 3 or 4 out of there to begin with over that time span. But I didn't hear them bring up Max Crosby. I didn't hear them bring up Josh Jacobs. I didn't hear him bring up Hunter Renfrow. I didn't hear him bring up Henry Ruggs. I didn't hear him bring up Colton Miller. I didn't hear him bring up any of them. Malcolm
Even the
Kuntz.
undrafted guys like AJ Cole,
I
remember the
didn't hear.
fullback who we
I
had?
didn't. Yeah, I didn't hear these fucking fake ass bitches fucking bring up all the fucking picks that John Gruden picked, and then are still the core of our fucking team right to this fucking minute. You know, like,
And Dustin, I was
this
gonna
is
say, quick
4 years
note
after
before I
he left.
forget on the Cleveland Farrell shit. He got
He's
activated
got
5
4
games
sacks
ago.
over with the
He's got four
Niners right
sacks in
now.
5 games. He's got 4 sacks in 5 games.
Yeah. So it's not like every pick that John and them picked were just some fucking bust. Yeah, everybody's gonna have busted picks. I don't give a fucking how many first round picks you have or how many picks you have in a draft, dude. But they built a good fucking team. They had Waller here, dude, that was a drug addict that dominated at the tight end. Like John Gruden most definitely knows how to build a fucking team, regardless if he was not in the NFL for 9 fucking years before he took our job. Like John Gruden had an excuse because he wasn't it's hard enough to be out of the NFL for 1 year, let alone 9, and then come back and assemble offense and defense. He was too loyal to Paul Gunther, which if you fired Paul in the first year, we would have won in the first year, dude. Paul Gunther was trash. Everybody knows that, dude. There's no arguing the fact that Paul was just garbage as fuck. John Gruden averaged 27.1 points per fucking game, dude. Like, he was the 10th best offense in the league just showing up. Like, John isn't no scrub when it comes to running a team. And when we need to rebuild it from the core up, you need a motherfucker that's going to tell people how this shit's ran. If you get a Clint Kubiak, is he going to try to be everybody's friend? Like, what? Listen, I'm not saying Clint is a bad guy. I'm not. But I don't think you need a good guy to be the Raiders head coach. You need a guy where Gruden's sitting in the fucking office and he's saying, like, looking at tape and you're sucking dick, and he tells you, I need better fucking execution. Like, what is Clint going to be like? Well, if we close up this and move around, you got to hold motherfuckers accountable. And it was something like, that Zach brought up here a little while ago about bringing Derek Carr back here. I wrote a post out, dude, that basically said, like, I want to bring fucking Derek Carr back not as the quarterback one for the Raiders. I want to bring him back as the quarterback coach, because if you're bringing John Gruden and Derek Carr together, what two motherfuckers love the Raiders more than them two? They know what it takes to be a motherfucking Raider. Derek Carr will most definitely turn Fernando Mendoza into a great fucking quarterback. Derek is a great teacher. He knows how to communicate with people. Like, he would be a great coach for that, dude. And I think, like, if you are trying to do a full rebuild the Raider way, you got to tell Tom Brady, man. Like, I don't care if Tom or Spytek don't have connections with fucking Gruden, but they don't have connections with Clint. And let's be real, Clint's family don't even like the fucking Raiders. So there's a good possibility that he can't take the job just because of his fucking dad. So his dad might be like, fuck them Raiders. You ain't fucking you could go work there. You ain't fucking coming to my house. Like, it's
Mike
a very
Shanahan
good
hatred.
Yeah, they fucking hate each other. So it's like to sit here and say like a Kubiak is just a guaranteed deal, there's the option that it's not. This is something I did check into since the last live. We were talking about John Gruden and that if the Raiders were to hire him, that Goodell and them can block him. No, they can't. They actually can't fucking block him. So basically, John Gruden's been through the deal where he had the chance to face an NFL ban. So if he would have faced the NFL ban, then he couldn't go to any teams. Like, he couldn't be a head coach, but they never got him for an NFL ban. And it doesn't matter that he has a lawsuit going on or not. Fucking Brian Flores, multiple coaches in the NFL actually have ongoing lawsuits against the NFL while they're coaching at the moment. So it's not uncommon for a coach or a head coach to have a grievance against the NFL. And there's no rule that states that if the Raiders are to hire John Gruden, that Goodell or any other person can tell him that he can't. So the only thing that they stated is that the only thing that they say that you could face is just the PR of hiring John Gruden after everything, the media, all that shit right away. So like if you hire him the first year, it's probably going to be a lot of, fucking media and everything. But outside of that, there's nothing saying that the Raiders can't hire him. So they can hire him 100%. And if I was Mark Davis, like, you got to grow a fucking sack at some point in your fucking life. And you got to know, like, Tom Brady's a minority owner. He may come out here and put his opinion, and it might be a good opinion, but he is not a fucking Raider. He's not a fucking Raider. And at the end of the day, I've said this, and I strongly believe it because I've seen it and I've witnessed it with my own fucking eyes. There's only been one man in 20 years that's changed the team not once, but changed them fucking twice. And I strongly fucking believe that if he keeps Aiden or Pickett and drafts Fernando and Cam on here, or even I said double dip at quarterback, he can go after another quarterback he likes and then challenge the two motherfuckers. I don't care who, but if we're building the team over, like for real, my rule would be to John Gruden is you can come here, you can have your input on the draft. You're not drafting. We already have a drafting deal, and you're not the GM because Spytek's the fucking GM. You can't, basically, we're not going to do the Pete Carroll fucking deal where we hire Gruden and then you're telling you just got to work with Spytek. Spytek's the GM. You need to work with him, and you need to be the coach and coach the team because that's what's needed right now.
Dustin. Dustin, let me tell you guys this, and by the way, I need to go to sleep because gotta get up at 4.
Salute, Jack Hanna. Salute, Ozzy.
So I agree with you guys. John's been the guy in the last 20, 25 years who's torn this down and built it back up twice, right? Not once, but twice. Once in the late 90s, and then again in the mid, 2010s. This is my thing, though. Like,
2018.
So this is my thing, guys. Like, what if John actually doesn't want to come here because he feels like Mark didn't have his back, fucking 5 years ago when the whole shit went down? I want to hear your thoughts. I got to log off, but salute, guys. Go Raiders. Let me know your thoughts.
Man, there ain't a fucking other team in the NFL that's going to fucking host Gruden the same way we will.
Yeah. But I think what he means is Gruden has Gruden loves the fans. He loves the players. It's just Mark Davis is the one he didn't have his back, And that's a very good question that Al's Ghost said. And I think the only way Gruden might really come is if I always say it metaphorically, but he has to just really apologize to Gruden, see how wrong he was. He shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have let his emotions get to him. Should have said, no, he's our coach until I say so otherwise. And Mark Davis didn't do that. He went with the Roger Goodell, even though Roger Goodell will probably lie and say, no, I didn't tell him to make him resign. But it happened. He did. And Gruden's, I think that, Mark Davis is going to have to get as much lip gloss as he can and shine those lips real nicely and kiss Gruden's ass. That's what he needs to do, but with an apology, apology and then kiss his ass,
I don't think he's going to have to kiss that. I think John wants to come back.
Well, maybe not.
Whether I want John to come back or Kubiak to come out, I was all for Kubiak. But Dustin makes some points that made me think,
You know what you're getting in Gruden, yeah.
But look,
we know.
True Raider through and through, and and with pairing up with possibility of pairing up with Derek Carr. But I was always kind of thinking Kubiak because he's a great mind. I really didn't think he was going to come to the Raiders because of his whole, with Gary Kubiak, and we know the situation between Gary Kubiak and the Davis family. They don't like each other.
Yeah.
So, but it was like a dream of it. I'll take Kubiak just mainly because he's a younger coach. I mean, mean, I love John Gruden, man. Don't get me wrong. And if we get him, fuck, I'll be happy as shit. But if we get Kubiak, but I was way more for Kubiak until I heard Dustin's uh, analogy there, and I'm not going. You brought some really, really good points about just because especially being Raider fans, it's not like any other team. We have a certain way we like to do things. There's a Raider way,
Yeah.
and you kind of hit me with that. Right, going, fuck, I didn't even thought, that stupid as it sounds, I didn't even thought that. But John Gruden knows the Raider way. He lives the Raider way. Look at his face on the sidelines. I mean, Jesus Christ. That ain't some dude that's into the fucking game. I don't know what is.
Yeah.
There's a reason he looks like Chucky, man. So,
And there's a
um,
reason he can turn people around as fast because he will walk on a field and grab a motherfucker and tell him, like, you need to get your shit to fucking together. See,
yeah.
you can go play this pussy football in certain organizations, man, where, guys like, oh, I can't believe he grabbed that player or he told him. Like, you need a coach where, like John Gruden, where the other team's coming over Tottenham and he's like, get the fuck out of here. Go the fuck back over there. Like John Gruden's a different breed. See, when you start seeing your coach carry the same energy that he's asking you to fucking carry on the field, it's a whole different experience, dude. Show me a deal where Pete Carroll has interacted with any fans in the stadium at all this year, any fucking where. Guess what? Every single game for John Gruden, ride out, talk to every motherfucking hit and fucking high five, signing, hey, what's up, Raider Nation, visit the black hole every single fucking time before he goes off. Like, there's a deal. It's a ritual of who he is and what they are. You have to let the fan base, that's how you get them behind. There's a big reason John Gruden come back here. That stadium will fill right the fuck up. But see, this is where it'll hit John the same way as anybody else. See, they're going to show up here for John a third fucking time. Like, dude, it'll be off fucking rocker. And people are probably going to show up even more in a fashion because they're going to be tired of everything that's happened in the past over the coaches, how he got fucked in the 2021. Like, there's going to be a lot of energy that it's going to take off. It's going to probably take off a lot more than people realize. The problem is there's too many fans, no matter if they know we're rebuilding, are going to expect John to try to win right away just because who he is. So there's going to be part of fan base that's going to judge him instantly, even knowing we're in a rebuild, even knowing that he's here, going to tear down the team, everything like that. Like, and the true way to do it would be is like, if Pete was younger, I would do it with Pete. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it with Pete, but I would say like, where Pete's age is right now, he's bad coach. He's just bad coach. I mean, John Gruden there ain't a goddamn fucking day that John Gruden was here that ever had this type of coaching at all. Like I've said it, John Gruden's biggest problem was just his loyalty to his own friends, that he didn't want to fire the defensive coordinators, dude. Like that was his biggest fucking problem. If John noticed that shit right away and, was cutthroat like a lot of other people and could cut him, we would have won right away. Guaranteed, man. But just Paul sucked. He sucked, man. And
can I ask you a question? What do you think about the okay, because of John Gruden's age, and as far as do you think he would be willing to go for a total rebuild, or do you think that's exactly what he wants?
Well, I think in John Gruden, I think anywhere John goes, he's doing a rebuild. Like even if he goes to New York, right? He's not rebuilding the quarterback position. He has the quarterback. He has a few pieces, but they still need to rebuild their fucking team too. So it's not like he's just going to go in, and with New York, it might take longer. Lack of draft picks, lack of fucking salary cap. It looks good on paper with some of the players there right now, but don't know the contract structure, things of those. I don't know what if he goes to the Titans? Probably the same fucking thing.
I'm just talking about for the Raiders.
I think Raiders, I mean, if it was just me, I think if John, like, that's what my point is like, I think if John Gruden wants to be a head coach, he's going to have to expect the rebuild. Like, and do I think he would do it? I think he would do it if that would be the question? I would
Yes.
say, yeah, because he wants to
Okay.
coach. He wants to coach. Listen, there was an interview
Okay.
that happened recently where John Gruden literally told them that he said, like, I'm itching to get back to coaching. I'm great at
Right.
player development. I'm great at fucking being able to coach players. Like, this is who I am. I think he'll kind of be pissed like that he had to leave his team in 21, come back to fucking just a broken disaster fucking team in
What he
26.
walked into the first time.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. The first time he at least
Yeah.
had players, he at least had options.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think the
Well,
thing that may intrigue him here is like I think the Fernando pick will intrigue him 100%. I think
sure.
Fernando most definitely intrigue him. I think Aiden, because knowing like, hey, I can go. Like Gruden knows the truth. Like Gruden knows, like, hey, if we keep Aiden, he's only on fucking $1 or $2 million. He can win. He's gone into Kansas City, put up big fucking numbers. If JPJ don't botch that snap, they win that fucking game against a playoff caliber Chiefs heading into the fucking playoffs, go Super Bowl. So at the end of the day, John ain't a stupid fucking guy, and he knows if he can get by on not paying a quarterback, $40 fucking million right off the get go. John knows he has bigger problems elsewhere. So if he has $115 million, 10 draft picks, which Spytech and them are going to go, but he knows he has players like Hemingway, Caleb, fucking Ashton Genty, Trey Tucker. You're probably either going to have to sign or draft a wide receiver. One, like you need to get a pretty good valued receiver. So like your second pick or something, like you need to, or get a guy in the draft or trade for Higgins or something. Like you need a proven good receiver that can go along with Besh and them and Trey Tucker. I think that's actually the option you're going to need to go with. I think you need to prioritize Besh over Thornton for damn sure. And then fucking, you got your Bowers, Besh, Trey, and then whoever else you draft or sign or trade. And then the O-line, I said you can fix pretty easy. I mean, I'm pretty confident that if you had Colton, I mean, even if he kept Meredith, man, he played good when he was at that spot at the guard. And then JPJ, Rogers, and then depending like DJ Glaze needs to go to a backup or either be pushed into the guard, and then you take out Meredith, move Caleb to the left guard. So I mean, I would be all for that, where it's DJ Glaze at the right guard, Caleb Rogers at the left guard, and then you either put Grant at the right tackle or you draft or sign a guard or tackle. Like I don't think you need to go out and fucking sign 5 offensive linemen to fix the line. Is all I'm saying. Like I think if you have a good coach like John, one, he would establish, is this a power or zone team right away? Fucking, so he would know like where Genty's fucking running to begin with. So I think a lot of plays like this year, if just evaluating, like that's why I think it's a Geno and Pete problem, not a Chip Kelly problem, because I don't care what team you are. If you don't establish a pass or a run, vice versa first, you're not going to get the other one going either. So if you go out there and start having a really good pass game, it's easy to establish a run game because the defense has to play off. It's just facts. If you go out there and they say like, hey man, when we see these formations come out, we know it's run. They're going to commit more in the box. And when they know Geno can't throw deep downfield, they don't never got to play in the fucking box.
Yeah, and he never opts out of a play either. Never changes the play.
Exactly. Wait till Pickett gets in there and watch how many of those motherfuckers play outside the box. They can't stay in that bitch. They're going to be like, this bitch going to throw 40 yards on us right downfield. So, and they got tape on that shit now. So they most definitely ain't going to fucking do that. But Geno, he's too predictable. They just know overthrow, fucking, you don't got to double up people back there. When you put Pickett in there, it changes the whole game. And you put Aiden in there, it's going to change the whole game. And I've said it, it's not about Aiden being fast. It has nothing to do with Aiden needing to be fast. I've said the whole time it's called pocket time. How long does a player stay in the pocket before he makes a read and throws the fucking ball? Aiden averages a 2.56 seconds in the pocket. He has 17 games at 2.56 seconds in the fucking pocket. So Geno got 13 fucking years, and his average is 3.1 seconds in the fucking pocket. Aiden's going to get the ball off right the fuck away. What do you think fucking Kenny did against the fucking Denver? You think Kenny held on to the ball, or you think Kenny hiked the ball and he said, hey, right there, fuck, go right to the dude. Oh, hell, this guy's going to beat him on a fucking this far of a gap, fucking right out to the guy. You know what Geno do? Oh, the guy's this far. Fuck, can't throw that. Fucking.
Then he throw. Then he pumped the ball once and then throw it. And it was too late.
Yep, and then he's like, "Oh, this guy in double coverage, fuck, right here, fucking, like this guy is a fucking joke, So I've said it, like you can fix the team offensively probably pretty quick and pretty cheap, and then you can go dump all your money in the defense. Keep Max. I can care less. But again, depending if like if you come in and you're like 3 years, you got 3 years and Max is cool to stay. And he's willing to go with Gruden and shit. Look, that's the only way I feel like you're getting Max, because the next coach, who is to say if Max is like, you know what, enough's enough. 27, he has a zero dead cap hit on his contract. So 27, you can just move him for free. Like you're not going to move nothing. So it's like, how do you convince Max to stay here for all the guys that want Max to stay? For me, I don't care. I'll trade him. If we get 2 firsts or 3, I mean, I'll trade him tomorrow. I'll trade any player. I don't care. I'm for the shield, not the player. But I do understand the people that do like that are a fan of the player. Like, I understand them too. So this is the thing I think about. How do you convince Max Crosby to stay here for the fucking 10th head coach fucking of his career, fucking, all his shit? Like, how, and it ain't that many, but you know what I mean? It's a lot. How do you convince him? I know how you convince him. John Gruden drafted him, and he knows who John Gruden is. He knows the energy John carries. And if you're asking Max to give up 3 more years of his life to hope that they're going to win, like, I guarantee you Max would say, okay. Like I know he would, because he talks about Gruden all the time, how he was on the deal, how the team was on the turns, like how their team was going. He talks about Buckner, the dude that they brought in. He talks about fucking dude that they brought from the Cowboys all the time. He says that's pretty much the dude that shaped him, was the guy that Gruden brought there. I don't know why I'm spacing his name, but he was the fucking dude that came from the Dallas Cowboys at that time, fucking the old guy. But long story short, like that's how you can convince a Max. And if Max is we have Max till 29, so but we can move off of him in 27. So I think that's the way you convince him. Kubiak, he's just taking another gamble, and then he's gonna have to see who the defensive coordinator is. Like if we can get Kubiak in Euro, I'd be like, all right, sorry, Gruden. Like if we can get Kubiak in Euro, I'd be all for it. 2 dudes that have the potential of being a head coach. I have 0 issue with that. I'll take that in a heartbeat. And I would take John Gruden in Euro if we can get that, 100%. But fucking, what the hell was that? 100%. But I just think, in my opinion, and I'm gonna always say it, it's my opinion. I've watched the team my whole life, dude. Like, I've watched this whole fucking team my whole life. There's a reason I'm a Raider, because not everybody can be a Raider and stand for it, nor be here. Like, sometimes we're too loyal to a fault. We're just, like I said earlier, no matter who we have here, who's here, we'll talk the shit, but we'll still buy the stuff because the clothes it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, they look good. Like, you can pretty much buy hats, jackets, fucking shirts, everything matches, like it's a good deal. So I think for a lot of people, that's how they look at it. I'm for the fucking shield, man. Like, when I was growing up, I thought it was the craziest shit, like I thought he was a god, like when people would walk out there. I've said this, dude, in the stadiums. You'd be in the stadium, and I don't give a fuck what you were doing. I don't care if you were up top smoking fucking weed, dude, fucking over on the side, fucking chilling, just talking, drinking. Everybody, the minute Al entered the field, like everybody would be like, hey, there's fucking Al right there, bro. Fucking he's down in the deal. Like it was just an instant, like fucking gravitation right away. Mark, you never got that feeling ever a day in your life. Fucking you'd be like, oh, look at that fucking bullhead. Like Tom Brady has more aura like Al when he enters the field versus Mark, I've said it, like not everybody can coach the team. You know why the team put under out? Because he coached the fucking team. Like he knew who the players were. He knew who the people were. Like he fucking won that Super Bowl with John fucking Madden. Like he knew his team. And that's the biggest problem here. Like we don't have somebody that, like I said earlier, I think somebody said it in our conversation. They said, well, who's taking responsibility when something happens? They are not calling them out. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Everybody relinquished the title, right? John's here. Fuck no. He gonna be like, bitch, I got this. Don't worry about it. And like I've said it. That's the biggest falter. Like Pete's trying to be everybody's fucking friend, dude. He thinks nobody can do no wrong if you're a Seahawk. Like John doesn't have that tie to nobody. Like Max even said he fucking tried to trade his ass if he kept trying to knock his balls down. Like John wants to win, man, and John will build this team over. Will it take a few years? Yeah, because John will strip the fucking team down. But when you're looking at it and John says, man, I got people like fucking Bauer. You tell me next year, John Gruden here, Ashton Genty ain't 100-yard back every game. Please tell me you fucking know damn well he run 100 yards per game. Guarantee. Like, he did it with Josh Jacobs. He'll most definitely do it with fucking he'll 100% do it with fucking Ashton Genty. Like you tell me that John wouldn't fix the O-line. Bullshit. John Gruden always had a good O-line everywhere he damn near went. Like I think there was one year somewhere in the middle or beginning where it was in the middle, but it got a little off. But the guy always wants a perfect line. Like you need somebody that's going to fix the offense first. Do you think that John Gruden can develop Jack Bash and fucking Thornton? Fuck yeah, he can. Like we need a coach that knows how to get these guys going and will use them right away. Clint will, man. And if the Raiders was a good team, like let's say that the Raiders had a defense and we were just lacking an offense, and all you were trying to do was like fix the offense. You weren't trying to fix the Raiders organization, the fucking mystique of who we are, who we physically are as a fucking fan base. Like I would say hire Clint. I would have no problem, but this isn't a Clint problem right now. This is a need to get the fucking Raiders back up on the fucking map problem, dude. Like we need motherfuckers that want to be here because of like, listen, people don't want to win with Gruden or Pete being 2-11 right now, right? They don't want to win with him. But if John came in here and said that he was having a rebuild and he went 4 fucking, let's say 4 12, 13. So if he went 4-13, people would fucking be all right with them. Then that's all I'm saying. There are motherfuckers willing to grow with Gruden. There are people that absolutely can't stand Geno and Pete instantly, right off the get-go. Look, how many people said that they hated Josh McDaniels, right? They were like, oh, they despised him, right? He had a year and a fucking half, like before they terminated him. Yeah. Pete Carroll got week fucking 8, 9, 10. Motherfuckers were like, fuck this guy. Yeah. We ain't even talking a year. We're talking fucking 10 weeks in. So I just feel like if we're going to do the full rebuild, man, I just think you need to get back to Raider people. Like I would try to convince Lincoln Kennedy, come off that podcast, bro. Come be an O-lineman coach, dude. Like, and I know he won't do it, but fucking I would still try to convince him. I would try to talk to Charles Woodson and be like, hey, bro, we need to get motherfucking good cornerback room. And you're a Raider and you know the fucking deal. Like, and even if he doesn't, go get motherfuckers that are Raiders, that are good fucking coaches that can come back, that were either here long before, still good somewhere else. Like, you just got to bring a team of fucking misfits that are Raider misfits that are just like, hey, motherfucker, hold people accountable, man. Like, if you got a coach out there reading your fucking ass that he's going to beat your ass or fucking make you run laps or you ain't going to fucking be here mentality, you're going to step your shit up. When a guy says, yep.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, What it seems like with what they've been doing the last couple months, it's like the ship is sinking, right? And so, what do you do when the ship is sinking? You start throwing off weight. So they threw off our special teams coordinator. Oh, the ship's still sinking. Get rid of the offensive coordinator. And the ship's still sinking. It's all like it's like throwing this weight off. Without that really being maybe not being the problem. But the problem is we don't know, and I don't think they know who is actually in charge in that organization. And I don't feel like the organization knows who's over who and who makes what decisions. That's at least to me what it seems like with the chaos.
And Gruden, he'll be here for fucking 10 years. Gruden be here 10 years easy. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if Gruden stays here for 10 years, a 10-year span, and then he's able to hand it off to somebody at that point, I think would be a good deal. Like, I would love to go with a young coach and win, man. But the real question is like, is that young coach ready for the Raiders, man? Like, that's the real fucking question. And I've just
Yeah.
said, like, we'll eat people alive, bro. Like, if they get Clint here and Clint doesn't get Ashton going or any of those guys, like everybody thinks he will, and then that's where I'm gonna be like, that's where I'm just gonna have to be like, look, man, Clint been it
Here
with the
we go
Niners.
again.
Clint been with the Niners, man. That's got a proven one of the best O lines in the league, dude, and talent at the time with, Christian McCaffrey, Debo, fucking Kittle. I mean, they had a great little line. Ayuk, all those dudes, like he had a good line there. And then when he went over to the Saints, again, another good line. Derek Carr went out there, kicked shit out of everybody right off the get go before he got injured. He was leading the NFL, and then when he left out of the Saints, he went to the Seahawks, where another good line and team and good receivers, everything. I've said, man, we're not those teams. We're not the Saints either. Like we're not the Seahawks, we're not the Saints, we're not the Niners. They all have something we don't. They have continuity within the line and players like we
We're not
don't.
even the Giants.
Yeah, so Clint coming here, it's like, has Clint been somewhere where he's struggled to be able to know, like, okay, I'm gonna be taking this bad team, we're gonna go put out people and we're gonna try to go, like, has Clint been there? Like, this is why I just think sometimes experience and sometimes, look, John Gruden did it just recently, being out 9 years. He's only been out 4, but I think this 4, when he got out, it's like been intensified crazy because he works in Barstool, dude. All these college coaches come to him to learn his fucking offense. He takes Ohio State's offensive coordinator, Florida, all over colleges. Their OCs come to him and fucking learn game plays from him, dude, like with Barstool and everything. So John Gruden's shit's all over the fucking place, So I think when John was out the first 9 years, he was trying to do analysts, he was trying to do all kinds of things. This time out, this motherfucker knows what he wants to do: play calling, fucking developing. Like he knows, like he has a whole different mission, dude. And I think people are right. In 2018, it looked like it was getting off to a rough start, just the way they went. So on. But dude, this time around, I think he knocks it out the park, dude. I mean, I think he's already ready for the 9-year loss worth the 4, but the 4 now has just been amplified in gameplay, going around talking to people, different organizations. I mean, John Gruden has the pick of the crop. So he has the best of the best come to his office, and something don't go, he can change it and it's his, and John Gruden is a fucking super genius. And you're telling me, like, come on, man, if we're going to go in here and face out the division, right? Fucking, you got Andy, Peyton, and fucking Jim. You throw John in there, it's like you have the Hall of Fame fucking coaches of all fucking time here playing against each other, dude. Like, I feel like the John Mystique versus the Clint Kubiak is just way more. I mean, Andy Reid and Sean Payton and John Gruden all were on the same team with the Green Bay Packers, so I think like I think like when you have the connection of all the players and coaches and people and where they've been in certain deals, like Sean Payton tugging with John Gruden over in the Eagles and so on, like they all have their connections of everywhere they're going. I think that's a crazy rival right there. And look, man, I think you're only as good as the competition. And I think if we keep tough competition here, I think that we will. That's how you get people like Andy Reid stay longer, keep us sharper. If you just ask me, if we got Fernando Mendoza and got the right coach to develop him, I think he's better than fucking Bo and fucking Herbert. And I think if at any point Andy decides to pull off of Patrick Mahomes, I think Fernando, depending on who's developing him, could easily become either the first or second quarterback in the division. So I would just say, like, for me, and we can go different, but I would just say for me, like, I feel like you bring John and Derek here, you've knocked out a massive morale point in a very tough position that we need to be at, like, and I think that's massive, so I mean, I like Greg Olson and everything. I'm not against keeping him here, but I just think when you bring Greg Olson can stay, man. He's been in the OC 3 different times, dude. He's a Raider. So I mean, I'm cool with him. But however you guys feel, and then we can move on to the next conversation real quick. I gotta get my kid's ice pack. His tooth is hurting. The fucking dentist, man. The dentist wouldn't look at his tooth until fucking next week, man. He has to go to fucking Medford.
Wow. Ooh, yeah. Mike just took off.
It's just hurting him.
Yeah, do you have like Oragel or something for him, or?
No, I should have went and got some, man, but I didn't have no Oragel. Tomorrow I'm gonna buy some and bring it. They can't see him until next week, and it's weird because it'll hurt one day and not hurt for a fucking week. But
what did his dentist say today?
The dentist here cleaned them. And stuff, but they can't work on him here because they can't put him to sleep. So they have to get a referral, and then they get the referral, and then we have to go to Medford. But the fucking dentist in Medford has to open up a spot in order for him to go there to do the surgery on the tooth and then do the filling. So it's just a whole bullshit deal.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I actually cut myself out. So I missed that. If you already said that, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Man.
I mean, it's a bullshit game with these people. I mean, just basically what it is.
The old-fashioned way for a toothache would be a little dab of alcohol on it.
Hell yeah, if I had some.
I said that. Didn't I say that Sunday night? I told you that Sunday night, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I already got that in the house."
I don't, like, for me, I don't carry liquor in the house, like whiskey. I used to, but I quit drinking a long time ago. So
yeah.
I don't, but I do have a bottle. Actually, thinking about it, you're right. I did say, because I do have that bottle on the top of my cabinet up there.
Yeah, put it on. Dip a little Q-tip on it.
I could get them fucked up, but I ain't doing that.
No, get them fucked up. You just rub the alcohol on there.
Yeah, with a Q-tip. Yeah.
I'll just give them a bottle.
Q-tip would work.
Yeah, just give them put a nipple on the whiskey bottle. It'd be good.
Yeah, I think just rub it on the gum a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was an old Southern. It's raised in a Southern family, and that's what they did
when I was
for
a kid, I had teeth problems too.
Yeah, but the grandpa would break out.
I had feelings that crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandpa always had a problem.
Yeah, I was 3 years old, or when I was a kid, like 4 or 5 years old, I had feelings. Bad teeth run on our family, and I mean, shoot, to this day, I might have to get a tooth crowned. Then there's a possible retreat on my my molar. but my medical insurance doesn't cover it. So there's two things I do: pay it out in payments, which I can't afford, or have the tooth extracted, and I do not want a tooth extracted. I already got one extracted, and I regretted it. It was got to see what's going on because man, I'm gonna see a dentist. I already saw a dentist about a crown, but I gotta see a dentist about a possible retreat. They want to do X-rays to see if it really needs a retreat or it's not. There's another tooth that they say might need a root canal. I had no problem with that, even though it's a crown tooth, but it doesn't. I mean, it's not a crown tooth. It's a cap tooth, but it doesn't have post, so it wouldn't be a retreat. Retreat would be the posted tooth, because it was already root canaled, and I think it was my one retarded dentist who crown capped my tooth and didn't do it right, and an infection got into it.
Well,
But now this other dentist,
you can crown a tooth. I learned this from my dentist because I have a lot of dental problems. You can crown a tooth without a root canal, but if you have a root canal, you have to crown it.
yeah,
That's how my dentist explained it to me.
yeah. If a tooth is crowned, it depends. Like that.
Pretty sure his son doesn't need a. I'm pretty sure his son doesn't need a root canal.
Yeah. Ocho
Hell
Cinco
no,
had all his
I hope
teeth
not
out.
at 3. I hope not at 3.
That's what I'm saying. We went off on this subject.
Yeah, Ocho Cinco had all his teeth capped, but he didn't need a post on them. He just had them all capped. That's why his teeth are all sparkly white because they're capped. He capped every single teeth. And Lindsay Lohan, she did the same thing, But when you get a tooth, a root canal, if it's a molar, you definitely need to get it. You need a post, You need to get crowned and post if you get a root canal, because that tooth will crumble, Because molars, they're more likely to break more than any other teeth, Like if it's a front tooth and it gets.
How about we talk about football again?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the next bill.
Yeah.
Oh, no. What were you saying?
It's the teeth being knocked out or anything. Well, football involves teeth getting knocked out. I mean, remember Jim Harbaugh got his tooth broken when he played for the Colts by the Steelers.
All right, so my next topic, I only have one or two more topics, and then we're gonna hop off. But my next topic is, and because I'm starting to think this, okay, does Mark Davis have a grudge against his dad? Like and what I mean by that is like Mark never hung out with Al. So when Mark was a young kid, he was around him, but as they got older, he just never was around him. I mean, Al Davis literally told Mark Davis that he would never be a good owner. He would never be a good owner for the Raiders. Nothing. Like, he already knew his son didn't know shit about the organization, let alone the team, the heritage, anything like that, And when you're growing up, I don't know at what standard, like, I don't know if Al was like, stay the fuck away. If he sent him away, like, I don't know, like, Mark's whole childhood in there. But I've said it, try to research finding pictures of him and his son outside of him being a little kid. Like, you won't find it because Al didn't think about Mark that way. And part of me thinks like, well, part of me thinks like, did Mark take the franchise over and basically say like, yeah, you're right, Dad, fuck you. Like, I'm not ever going to be a good owner. So I'm just going to take your fucking money. And then I'm going to sit here and act like I'm going to try to do all the things I can. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to still hold the team back, because how can you go be successful with the women's basketball team and win every fucking championship back to back to back, everything, but you come here to Vegas, $7 billion, and you can't even build a fucking team to make the playoffs. You can't even build a team that can even go 500. Like, you can't do shit. And it starts to feel to me like, is it intentional? Because how come when you hired Josh, you kept on or Patrick Graham? How come when you switched to AP, you had to keep on Patrick Graham? And how come when you went to fucking Pete Carroll, you had to keep Patrick Graham? Every single tender kept the person of personnel versus letting the other guy. Like you got Ziegler. You got Ziegler at first. He was interviewed first, hired first. Then he said they asked him who can he get who would be his head coach. He said Josh McDaniels. They said, well, fuck, I didn't even know Joshua was on the market. He said if I'm hired, he is. So then they get Josh, but then Josh ends up running the team. It wasn't Ziegler. And then fucking next goes off. The next hire goes off. After Josh and Ziegler go, you get Telesco and AP. You know, like and you keep fucking Patrick every time. It's like every time there's never been a full structure rebuild of somebody. Like, for instance, even if Spytek stays GM, you know who the GM is. Even if Gruden comes in, he works under the GM, which is Spytek, no matter if it's Clint or Gruden or whoever. But the head coach builds his team. It's his staff. You know what I mean? Like, it's not Spytek. Spytek builds the players. Gruden builds the staff. It's his people, his coaches. He's the one dealing with them. Spytek builds the drafting room and builds the team. That's what his job's supposed to be. So I feel like when we do make the next, or like with Mark is that like there's no structure here whatsoever. Is that intentional? Is there a reason that he keeps throwing a wrench in it every single fucking year? Like, the only time I've seen the team run fluent, and it was John Gruden's time. It was John Gruden's time. It just ran fluent there, you know. Like, I will give the Reggie McKenzie time too. Like, Reggie McKenzie's there right there for that minute, even with John coming in at the end. They did have that good draft pick, you know. I mean, that draft class. I mean, they went with Cleo. They went with fucking Gabe Jackson. They had numerous people in that draft that were pretty good. I think fucking like I just bring up the topic because it almost makes me feel like they just mark soul up and soul down to basically say straight up like, fuck it, I never wanted the Raiders to win because my dad never fucking liked me, or my dad was never there. Like, Al had to leave the team to somebody, because if he doesn't relinquish the team to somebody, then the shares go into the NFL, and then the NFL is the ones that distribute out and the shares for the Raiders. So Al had to give it to them. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, is Mark doing this intentionally, or is he just really this fucking bad? Like,
I can't believe he is, just for the sole fact that, I mean, that he is a money monger. I mean, as far as the Aces being great and we suck, I mean, and I know, I'm just saying. Well, I know we suck, uh, but I'm just saying. No disrespect to the WNBA, but that is not the NFL. I
They
mean,
don't make no money, you know. They
no,
don't make
I'm
shit.
just saying the with the power and and everything that's involved, and I mean, it's at a different level than NFL. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
WNBA is not even at the level of the NBA, and I'm not saying it's just the skill level, the money level, the everything level is much lesser standard than the NFL. I mean, the NFL is, America's sport. That's what we put all the money into. That's what everything goes into. But as far as Mark going at his dad, there may be some dad issues. Who fucking knows? I mean,
because it's like
would
you said about the money.
it might explain that haircut for one.
And
But
look, you said it perfect, dude. Like, you said it perfect. And this is why I think this is what it could be. Like, Mark didn't say, Mark wasn't like, fuck it, I'm gonna go there and try to win with the Raiders. Mark said, hey, you don't think I'll ever be a good owner, good this, that? But guess what? I'll fucking take all the money that I ever could from your fucking team, because you're right. He is a good marketing man. and it's the only fucking thing he's good at. So, look at it from Mark's point of view, right?
He
When
just
Al
doesn't
dies,
know. He just doesn't know how to do it because I mean, if it
I
was
mean,
any one of us three in this panel that was his son, just say,
give me
and
7 million,
we
or
would have been soaking that shit up. He
yeah,
didn't.
fuck, give me 7 billion right this minute, and I'll go run that bitch fucking better than Mark ever thought in his life. Like, you give me $7 billion, you can bet your fucking ass I'm gonna have the fucking best of the best. There ain't a fucking doubt in my mind. Like Mark got 7 billion and can't win fucking 500. Can't get 500, man. Like it's just like you said. It's just like you said, and why I think that he may have a grudge against the winning part, dude. Like, think about it. Al was known for fucking knowing the team. He was known for fucking developing. He was known for drafting. He was known for building championships and running them for long tenders of time. Al did it all, but when Mark took it, he's the exact opposite. Not even.
Let me say something real quick before I forget it, because this is kind of funny. This goes exactly what you're saying. So here's Mark saying to his dad, fuck, I can get this team to fucking lose games, game after game, and I'm still fucking raking in billions.
Facts.
Oh,
I'm telling
damn!
Listen,
You gotta drop the mic on that one, man.
hey, look at it like this, dude. Look at it like this. Mark don't give a fuck about the losing because he can sell out the stadium to the other fans. It's the money. It's the
Right,
money, dude. It's
right.
never
He's
been
still
about,
making his money. He don't give a fuck
dude.
if we're winning or losing.
It's never been about winning with fucking Mark, dude. Like, okay, listen. Okay, I can damn near probably prove it right now. When you're right, the WNBA is not the NBA, right? You're 100% right on that. But it's
peanuts.
a unique sport. Not everybody can play it. That means there's not a lot of people, so you have to go out and find these people. Then you got to import these women to be able to even play it. And Mark has done a phenomenal job at building that fucking team with.
How much influence do you think he has on building that team?
Him and Tom Brady fucking run they run 50-50. Tom Brady owns half, he owns the other half, dude. And I'm pretty sure they put every person in that building together. Like, it's both of theirs, so they're the ones that do it.
I'm just saying, it seems
Mark's in it
easier
big
in a
time.
smaller market than it would be in a huge market of the NFL.
I mean,
it's tiny.
everybody knows Mark is dedicated to that WNBA deal. Like, he's
Oh,
there
no
all the
doubt
time,
about
like,
it.
and that's kind of the thing where I'm at. That's
He
where
likes looking at the women running around,
I mean, there's
Oh, I
organizations.
need to look at real
for
women
instance-
instead of these plastic bitches, though.
Well, there's organizations that are not even worth fucking, let's say, $2 billion and have better ran fucking organizations than we are, and we're worth 7.
Yeah.
And then that's where all the thoughts start coming into my mind is like, so the factor, like, where Mark says, I don't know how to coach the team. I don't know players, this and that. I just want to put a person in there and let him run it. It's an excuse to say, like, if they fail, who cares? I still get my money. But the problem was when he put Gruden in there, he already knew Gruden was going to make it win. So I don't think he's against, like, I don't think Mark is against, like, I don't believe Mark is against, like, making money if you're winning. Like, I don't think, like, if I'm thinking about it right, like, if John was winning, I don't think Mark's going to care. You know what I mean? Because probably just means a little bit more money to him.
Right.
But at the same time, Mark's like, fuck it. If they lose, I'm still going to make fucking hundreds of million. I'm going to be fucking 10 billion next year. And I keep thinking that's what he sold Brady on. He sold Brady on, you're with Fox for 10 years. You're half owner in the Aces. How about you dump, fucking, what did he pay? 400 million. So he put 400 million into the Raiders. And then over the next 10 years, that 400 million turns into, 1 billion. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he sold Brady on. It wasn't about coming here and doing it. It's the money. Like,
right.
I guarantee you, if we were to start doing the homework and pulling shit apart and, pulling the paper back, every incentive for why we left Oakland to here, why we picked this, how come he picked the casinos, why did he pick Tom Brady, why all this, why all this? It was the money. It's the money. It's why I keep saying where everybody keeps like their number one argument lately is like they're like, man, if you know, you don't want to fire Pete because then you're going to pay the money and he's going to be, you know, that's the fourth coach or fifth coach under there. And, you know, you're paying all this money to them, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's not even true, dude. Like, listen, if he was to bring Pete back and he was to bring Geno back, he's going to lose more money in sales than he will fucking firing those two motherfuckers and getting another guy. Like, Mark is not a dumb dude. When he sees ticket sales, you know, I still, like I said, I don't think ticket sales is a big deal because that's why he moved to Vegas. He moved to Vegas because he knew he can sell the stadium out just to the, you know, to the city. You know, like the city buys the stadium every fucking time. So
Oh, the fucking taxes they're getting from the hotels and casinos and shit is ridiculous.
yeah, dude, I bet you anything if we were to look up, I bet you anything if we were to look up on paper, if we could, and I know we probably could. I bet if we were to look up how often the Raiders stadium sells out home games, I'm willing to bet it says every game. And
Well,
now
it's gonna
I
it's
don't.
gonna say every game, so they do sell out the seats every game.
Yep.
But a lot of
Yep.
times there's a lot of
People that don't
people that
show up.
aren't there, and so they
Yep.
lose all the concessions there.
Yep.
You know,
But the
so
seats
that's
are
basically
sold.
what they lose on. You know, the seats are sold. Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, but just because all these people, you know, all the hotels buy them up. You know, we've talked about this before. Me and you, I know we've talked about this before. How the hotels buy up all these tickets, they give them to their, you know, big spenders and shit like that as gifts and stuff like that. And not only that, a lot of people bought those things up just to sell them. You know, turn around. Some they weren't even Raider fans when they first got to Vegas, and they're selling to whoever they bought them up. So, I mean, it wasn't like it was in Oakland or Los Angeles. It was a totally different thing. That was all, and it was obvious what was going to happen. I'm sure it was obvious to me, and I'm sure it was obvious to you too, Dustin. And that I mean, going to Vegas, this was gonna happen. It's not like we didn't see it coming. I
Yeah,
mean,
because Ronnie Lott, dude, Ronnie Lott's team proposed to build the stadium in Oakland for the
right,
Raiders and
Yeah, I've
went
heard
to
of
the
it,
city council.
but
They
it was a
proposed
little
a
too
hmm
late.
deal,
Yeah.
and Mark didn't want to give up ownership because that's what they wanted. They wanted ownership, so they had stake in it for building the stadium, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
But you think about it, he didn't want to give ownership there to stay there, which the community in Oakland would have easily fucking sold with Raider fans, and would have sold out just fine, same fucking way. Turned into let's head to Vegas, man, and fucking sell steak to other motherfuckers there and gambling and fucking sports betting teams and so on. And then fucking and then bringing Tom. I'm telling you, Tom and them was it's just for PR shit, dude. Like it's easy to it's like for instance, it's like you go to dinner and they're like, who's going to dinner with you guys? Oh, it's gonna be me and the let's say you're trying to do a deal with the Panthers or something, or you know, like the owner or something, and you're like, oh, it's me and Panthers owner and Tom Brady. You know, like Tom Brady's like that shiny toy, or like when you throw your keys up on the table and someone's like, damn, it's a Ferrari, you know, like people notice shit like that. And Tom Brady's that guy. Like he's the conversator, he's the people everybody's gawking over because technically Tom Brady is the greatest player to ever play in the history of the game. So I feel like Tom was, like I said, at $400, his 400,000 on interest at 5% for 10 years is gonna make good money. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Tom ain't gonna do nothing that we ain't making money. So
and look, Tom's gonna have
he's
his
not stupid.
input. Like Tom's gonna have his input, so he's gonna
Mhm.
say stuff here and there, you know, what to do. And I've said it. I don't believe it was a Chip Kelly problem. I believe it was a Pete Carroll problem. and it was easier to fire Chip because Pete fucking is the head coach, So it's a lot easier to hire or fire the offensive coordinator than it is to go past them and fire your head coach. So, and you have his son and everybody. So for Mark, it's smarter to say fucking fire, because if you fire Pete, what's to say if Brennan and Nate and everybody's soul up right away? Like, you got too much problem there. So I feel like with the Raiders, man, it was easier to use them as an scapegoat. But I would still say, like, on the topic, man, I feel like Mark has a fucking grudge against his dad, man, and he's gonna make us pay for it for his whole life. Like, I strongly believe it, because there's just too much out there where you start thinking about it, like, fuck, how come we've never gotten better in these points? How come he doesn't come out and get more interesting? How come what's his name? Fucking Jerry Jones just go out there, trade Parsons. People thought he was crazy, fucking picks up badass fucking deal. And Mark values the players over the fucking shield. Like, the number one rule for Al, man, back then, well, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But it was no players above the shield. Like, it was straight facts. Everybody fucking knew it. And he's traded away his best, and he's cut his best. So I just feel like we're at a point where players' opinion, like Max's, is his voice is too loudly heard on the team, and I don't want to sound like a Nazi, back in the old fucking days, when they're like, hey, fucking guys, voice starts getting too loud, just, off them. But what I would say is like, we can't off them in today's society, but and nor would I. But what I'm saying is like, I think when the voice starts to get too loud, it might be a smart deal to move on and trade him, because his voice has hurt the team multiple times in quarterbacks just in the last 2 years. Like, last 2 years he's vouched for Gardner, he's vouched for fucking Geno, and it's just, these are the wrong guys, like, by a mile. And if you're like Spytek or Telesco, this is why I just think, like, you can't build the organization by the player's opinion. Like, what you have to do is build a team. The GM needs to build a team that they could all cohese together, and then that way they can build camaraderie, go out there, win those games. Like, GM builds the team, head coach coaches the team, like, and then as people are falling off or not working out, he replaces them, all right, try, like, I just feel like for us, it's just, I mean, Spytek did a good draft, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like Spytek's draft. I mean, if Ashton Genty had a line, he's a great halfback. If Jack Besh is starting to come on, if he got the ball thrown to him more often. Porter, I mean, I would just say Porter needs to take a minute, still not a bad option, just needs to get better.
Porter had a good game, really good game, I thought.
Yeah,
Against Denver.
if you look at Caleb Rogers is doing really good, and you look at fucking Grant. I mean, who knows if he's doing good or not? I mean, I know that the Niners wanted both of them, Grant and Caleb. I know the Niners wanted both of them, and we took both of them, so they didn't get any of them. But if they were willing to get both, damn well that they were good players. So I would just say, for now, Caleb has obviously proved he can play. Grant still has yet to see the field. Porter came out just fine. Played really good fucking game here against the Broncos. I mean, really good game. So Porter pick was a really good one. Hemingway and fucking Pegas both been pretty good. Hemingway more than Pegas.
Hemingway had a sack in the last game too.
Yep. Then you look at Tommy Metla, we cut, nor is he doing anything on anybody else's team. Cam Miller, I mean, he can have his flashes. I mean, he had the one real good game in preseason, and then if anybody remembers, he just fell off face of the earth at the next one. Like, worth the fuck. Then who else? It's the middle linebacker, fucking Lindenberg, right?
One of the birds. Yeah, I was thinking you would say Eichenberg. That was the other year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cody Lindenberg, and that's Tommy Eichenberg, last year's draft.
Yeah.
And then, so I mean, for most of the part, Telesco had a good draft. You know, like Telesco had a good draft. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like Telesco with his picks, he has 10 picks. He may have the first overall pick, and then from then on, it's the first pick in every round. You know what I mean? So he's gonna get
I
high
thought he
value.
did a great job. I mean, even with picking up extra picks and stuff, I thought he
Yeah,
did a great job.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think I
It's just
agree
the staff
100%.
wasn't playing the players, so we're thinking, oh, it's a total bust. No.
But I think free agency had a big play in it because of special teams. That's been our biggest problem. We didn't have good special team players. We had a blocked punt. Our kicker, I think was skittish because of the line was not protecting him, and he missed a simple kick. And when a kicker gets pressure, kickers get pressured just like quarterbacks. You know, they do. They're afraid of their kick getting kicked, so they kick it at a certain angle and they miss it. So it doesn't get blocked.
Yeah, I mean Pegasus and Hemingway. Yeah, I mean Ozzy Facts should have played Tonka Senior. I mean, they should have played. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a big old motherfucker too. Tonka fucking bitch a guy. Like there's all kind of options that they could have used to fix the line, offensively, defensively, players. I mean, it's either the poorest fucking coaching I've ever seen in my life, or they were planning to tank for the first pick. Like it's just one or the other.
Well, if they're planning for it, they did a great job. Well, I'm thinking, what about next year? Lockheed Tossie being thrown in the mix. By next year, they could be ready.
I mean, look, I think Tossie could be ready right now. The only problem with him is he just lacks explosion getting off. Like he
Right.
don't get off. He don't get off fast enough. So until he can figure out either how to get off, explode out, fucking, I don't know if he'll ever. The strength's there. I mean, he can dog a guy. There's no doubt he'll bitch a dude. There, he can most definitely do that. But if you get on a Miles Garrett and he fucking does a turn back on you, man, and you can't get back off your he's gonna blow right by you. You know
I
what
see
I
what
mean?
you're saying.
That's the only thing that I feel with him is a big liability. And that's why he probably won't start right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I would try him. You have nothing to lose right now for damn sure. I would 100% try him, but I just personally feel I've watched a lot of tape on him, and I just feel like his biggest issue is to get off it. That's it. I think he has great hands.
I
I
thought it
think
was
he's
I
strong.
thought I'd heard it was just footwork, his footwork and stuff. But I really thought they could work on his footwork, his hand placement.
He was
But
good in those.
get off speed is a little harder to teach, I would think, than
It's just
footwork or handwork.
well, I think with him, like he's a good rugby player, so like when he sits down and has to like when he sets in and they say hike and he has to drop his right foot back in and boom 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 or fucking move in, like he doesn't have that. And if they say hike and go forward, like he has the strength to grab a guy, but he don't have the strength to, like I said, get off and get past the dude. Like most of all the guys on the line, they all have the same thing in common. They're all big as fuck and they're all fast as fuck too. Like most of those dudes run a fucking 5 second 40, So, and some of them even a 480, 490. I mean, but it's the
That's pretty
explosion.
insane. That's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah, getting off and when you have a DN that's fast as shit and your offensive lineman can get off and lock him up before he can get around on him, man. I mean, I've said it. I just feel like if Tonka gets in there and can do it, I think he would be a killer. He'd be a badass pick. I mean, what's his name over there for the Eagles did it. He was a rugby player and turned fucking damn good tackle. I think he's tackle. Was it guard tackle? Because what is it? Lane on that side? Is it the other side tackle? Where's he guard? I don't watch the Eagles enough to remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm not a big Eagles fan. I mean, I don't know much about them.
I don't know if he's the right tackle or if he's the guard, but long story short, man, he's done a great fucking job. I think he's right tackle, man. I think he's right tackle, but he's done a phenomenal job for them over there. And
Well, if he's a lineman on the Eagles, he must be fucking good.
yeah, and I just feel like with us, if you were to add him up on our shit, dude, I mean, and you put Grant out there, I mean, you can get big real fast here with those guys, like you can get big real fast, but does Pete have a guy that can teach him? Like does he have a offensive lineman coach that can teach these guys to begin with? So I don't think so. I think Gruden could, but I don't think he would take him anyways. I mean, I think one day his stride will be back up. I mean, come on, we got Wagner. Wagner don't even see the fucking field. You know what I mean? Wagner, big old motherfucker too, and he's yet to see the field at all. So, and he's easily above, ahead, like develop wise, ahead of Lafitasi. I still think Mark's a sellout, dude. Like, in my opinion, this fucking guy. Like, he always.
I hope that's not true, but
I
who
mean,
fucking
fuck,
knows?
man. What else is the explanation? Like, what
Or
else?
he's just
Stupidity.
retarded.
The other one, that's what I'm just gonna say. Stupidity. I'm
I'm
pulling for
hoping.
stupidity. I'm pulling for stupidity.
The last topic that we're going to talk about was just rookies playing good. Like early
Ooh,
on in the
good,
season,
good, 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 good.
like in the beginning of the season, we had all these issues, corner, lineman, receiver, all the shit. We literally trade Jacoby to the Jags, and then Jacoby just goes and balls out. What does he had? Like 23 receptions, 230 fucking yards, 4 touchdowns already. Like,
All I keep seeing is highlights of him catching touchdowns.
yeah, he kills
I
it.
think
I mean, the guy plays phenomenal football over there with Jacksonville right now, and I just feel like Geno, talks about though, like he can't even get the fucking ball to him. He couldn't get the ball to Jacoby, save his life this year. And long story short is like with all the rookies, so there was a lot of positions of need, everything like that, and we refused to play any of them. Like we absolutely refused to play any of them
right,
outside of
Genty,
Genty, yeah, and even Jack Bash and
Thornton.
Thornton were pushed on the board. They were
Yeah,
pushed on the rotation.
more
And
Thornton than Bash at the beginning. Yeah,
yep, and yeah, they were in the roster. They were just pushed down like say fifth or sixth, whatever. However, I don't know if we were carrying 7 or 6, probably 6. It would make more sense, but they just put them at the 5 and the 6, dude, and then they're only running
right,
fucking 3 receivers with 2 tight ends and a halfback.
right.
So they're never gonna see them only in a few plays they want to bring. And I mean, I feel like Pete, dude, I just don't understand how people aren't holding this guy accountable. That it's like, Pete, dude, the minute that they started playing the rookies here the last week all the time, and then the week
Mm-hmm.
this week leading up,
Man. Yep.
how come that all these guys are just all of a sudden taking off? They're all just all of a sudden taking off, like they were probably ready to go in the beginning. You know how many guys were picked in the 3rd round that are starting right now on the team, and our dude just still sitting over on the fucking bench? You know, like, you know how many fucking 5th, 6th, 7th? Like, I'm not saying all our guys are perfect, but there's guys that Hemingway could have most definitely fucking took over for. You know, fucking, I don't give a fuck if Kai Blue Kelly played for Chip, dude, or they got him over there in Seattle. He should have been fucking benched, and they should have been playing fucking Porter. You know, it's like this whole fucking team here, dude. It's like people are like, oh, if you go with uh what's his name over there, fucking in the backup fucking quarterback, not
for who?
Miller, you know, like, oh, he's gonna change. Like, he's not gonna change it, dude. Like, I don't know. I just think with all the rookies, they all perform really good when they got the chance out on the field. Just as of recently, I don't know what changed. I don't know what anybody said or told them or what, but the players have changed drastically. You know,
What do you think about this idea, Dustin? Why don't we go through the rookies that have finally are been getting some play time? You know, we could start at just one player at a time and talk about what we think of what they've done and why some of them hasn't been put in so till now. And would that be cool?
yeah, go start with Genty or start with Bash, whatever one you want to start with.
Well, we can start wherever you want, man. It's your show, but I just thought I'd
No,
throw an
you
idea
guys
out
start.
there.
This is the last topic, so whatever you guys think, just
Yeah.
however you want to do it, whoever you want. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to talk about Genty first round to 7th round?
Sure.
All right, so how are you guys feeling on Genty?
Okay. Genty, I think like I said, he's a great player, even though I prefer a little bit bigger guys, but he was a speedy running back. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Ray Rice and even Drew Jones, the running back from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Small, but, a little powerful, but the problem was this, and it wasn't him. It's not him. It's the O line. And I said this before. Your running back is as good as your O line. If you don't have blockers, he's not going to get it. He's not a power back. He is for a small running back, he's a balance back, not really a scat back. I mean, he could do things like a scat back. He should have not been one dimensional going north and south. He should have gone on the outside runs. And when they did, finally, when we got rid of Chip Kelly, he was running those outside runs. I was like, that's what the Raiders should have been doing. He would have had better yardage. I don't think we'd win more games because of that, but he would have had better yardage doing that. And he was set up for failure. I mean, that's what it was. When you're a small running back, you can't be a north and south runner. He was an east, west, south, north runner. He runs all directions. That's what you're supposed to use him for. Outside, inside, everything, We didn't do that. We used him like a north and south runner. And what do? They know he's going inside, so all they got to do is push the blockers into him, and he has nowhere to run. And then here comes the linebackers. They just take him down. He's not even past the line of scrimmage. I mean, he's not Josh Jacobs who can shake and rattle and roll, but he's a guy who needs blockers. He has vision. His vision is he follows the blocks, and once he passes the line of scrimmage, yes, he can run over linebackers and DBs. But when the DBs and linebackers are at the line of scrimmage, getting him, he's done, and that's not his fault. I don't blame him for that. I blame the offensive line, but I also blame the play calling too. It did get better, and he did get better. And I said he'd get 1,000 yards rushing if that line was better. I think that line can improve. I don't think it's super terrible or anything. I think it was just lack of communication, and I just think that Genty still has a lot of potential, but there were running backs that played better than him. But I wouldn't call the Genty draft pick necessarily a bad pick, although I don't like taking a running back in the first round. I thought we could have went linebacker or corner. anywhere on the defense and take a running back in the second round, because there were running backs that were maybe slightly below Genty's level, but they're like in that range area. But I know we couldn't trade down because Dallas Cowboys were eyeing Genty too. So I can understand the Raiders taking him in the 6th pick, because they were eyeing him. We traded down, Dallas would have got him.
Dude, there were people like Hampton, Henderson, Jenkins, numerous people that were in the 2nd, 3rd rounds that we could have got that could have easily done just as good as of right now.
Yeah.
But
even
and I'm not going to
Scatterbo.
say
I
that
like
Scatterbo.
I like Scatterbo, Sacramento guy.
Scatterbo.
Yes,
He was on my mock draft pick.
But Mike, it's a. What do you think?
Fuck, dude. I actually forgot what the fucking goddamn
Ashton Genty?
question was.
About
Ashton
Ashton
Genty.
Genty
That's my only question. Okay, Ashton Genty. I thought it was I thought it was kind of I did not like the pick. Okay, I put it that way. I would rather picked up an offensive lineman at that point or somebody but I did as a running back, because the running back class was so freaking deep in that draft. There were so many guys. I liked Amari Hampton from North Carolina. I liked Scatterbo, from Arizona State, formerly from Sac State, my hometown. Uh, but to pick a running back, I think was a waste. I would have rather them trade back in the 1st round instead of making that pick and picking up another little bit later 1st rounder and pick and accumulating some other draft picks there than taking Genty. But I mean, as far as what I think about him, I think he's a great fucking player. I just don't think the Raiders were ready for him, which is kind of what happened to Saquon Barkley. The Giants
the
were not
difference
ready
with
for him.
Saquon Barkley did get 1,000 yards with a bad O line. That's the only difference. But he was a power
in his rookie year.
Josh Jacobs ran behind
his rookie year. Wow, I didn't know that.
But Josh Jacobs ran behind the base of this offense right here, too. Not every guy,
he had a
but most of the
scrimmage.
players. So
he broke a scrimmage record, though.
Well, the point is, what I was saying is to bring him into this offensive line was not doing him any favors. I mean, if he had a decent offensive line, I think he would be a lot better with a decent offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at San Diego Chargers right now. I mean, look at their offensive line. How beat? I mean, they lost both of their tackles right at the beginning. Then they lost their backup tackle. Then they lost a guard. They lost their backup guard, and they're still fucking running the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, so what was?
Yeah,
right, and who then where's to blame? I mean, is it pass coaching not building up depth, or is it coaching what's going on now as to why it's not working? Brennan Carroll, but I don't. I think Ashton Genty is a great player. Did I want to pick him up at 6? No, but I mean, did I want to pick up Bowers either? Because I knew he was a great tight end, but I didn't know how great he was. But did I want that at the time? No. We just picked up Michael Mayer, my Notre Dame guy, the year before. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he was starting tight end. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
starting tight end. Why did we draft a starting tight end? We already had one. That made sense.
Right. We traded up late into the 2nd round or early into the 2nd round to get Michael Mayer, and then we go draft. I'm like, what? We had so many other needs, but obviously I'm wrong on that one. I mean, because Bowers is the guy, and I think Ashton Genty is the guy, but he just hasn't had enough. He was not in the same position Bowers was because he had that open field in front of him. He didn't have to run through, 15 linebackers and defensive linemen and his O line combined to get a fucking half a yard, So I don't really like. I like Ashton Genty, but I just don't like the pick where he was picked because of what we had on the team at the time.
I don't think he was worth the 6th round pick, but like I said, the Raiders wanted him that bad, and you couldn't trade down. I mean, there are players we could trade down, like in the past, like a Tyree Wilson. You could have traded down and still got him. Clinton Ferrell, same thing. Could have traded it down and still got him. Because Cleveland Farrell was a late first round pick, so was Tyree Wilson. But those guys were too soon. When you take them too soon, there were other players that were higher value, but you get more draft value and you could add more and still get your guy. Same thing, like even Al Davis made a dumb move with Darius Hayward Bay. He was not worth that early, too soon. Draft pick people said too soon. He was a late first round pick. Michael Crabtree was higher than him, and we picked him before, overtaking Michael Crabtree. I wanted Crabtree.
Who we ended up getting later.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but Al Davis didn't want him, though. He wanted speed, but he didn't know that this tall 6'3" who ran a 230, who's the fastest wide receiver at the time, had small hands. He couldn't catch the ball very well, Usually it's the smaller receivers that got small hands, but this receiver, big, tall receiver, had little hands, I think he had like 7 or 8 inch hands, which is small for a 6'3" guy,
Jesus
Very
Christ.
flawed.
They're saying Pickett has 8.5 inch hands. That's the only reason I know what hands. They say he has small hands.
No,
And
that's a good. That's
not for a quarter, but that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. That's he has small hands for an NFL quarterback. Is what they're saying.
Oh, Genty's the running back though.
Yeah, Genty don't just hold the ball with his hands. Genty holds the ball, hopefully like this.
But actually, that's good size for being 5'8", though. That's 5'8", though. He's a 5'8" guy.
I didn't say. Did I say Genty?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
did.
I'm sorry. I meant Pickett. Pickett, the quarterback, has 8.5 inch hands, which they say are small for a quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, mine are 7.5 inches, and I'm 5'9", but
that's probably mine too, because I'm about 5'9", 5'10". I was 5'10". I'm probably about 5'9" by now.
Yeah, with my shoes on, I'm about 5'10", barely, but those shoes will wear down, and I'll be like probably 5'9 3/4.
It's my spine that's wearing down. That's why I'm getting shorter.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think I distracted us from the topic going on hand size.
Yeah. And but it's just the saying though, the players have taken them too soon. Genty though, like I said, it's a logic thing a little bit, because you want the player. You can't, if you trade down, you'll lose him, because Dallas was eyeing him, and that's understandable. But I still don't. I think there's still other running backs we could have gotten. Even if Dallas was going to get him, let him get him, and we could get a different player. We could get we could go offensive lineman, or we could go a linebacker. We needed a linebacker or a corner. I understand the best corner was injured and his stock dropped down, and you wouldn't want to take a corner with a 6th pick. So I would have tried a linebacker or offensive tackle, which would be a tackle that would replace Colton Miller, But that, or even a wide receiver, But
I know there was a couple linemen there that we wanted at 6, or that the fans at least. I don't know if the Raiders did. One defensive lineman, Mason Graham, and then one offensive lineman. I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah.
But both of them got drafted before us.
Yeah, we took 2 defensive tackles, which didn't make sense to me. I did think we did.
Well, that was in the 4th round. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where special teams could have fit in a little bit, but mostly you get your special teams, your strong base from free agency. That's what you have to do. We didn't do that. We got mediocre guys who had no business playing special teams. Because every year we've had special teams We've always done well. Even when we sucked, we still did well. Even when we had Jamarcus Russell, we had good special teams. I mean that this is really bad comparing that. I've never seen the Raiders have 2 punts blocked in one season. Never. It's very rare to see a blocked punt, and then missing field goals and everything. And that's kind of with the O line. I mean the line of the special teams. The blocking. You have to have guys that are good. And we lost Rich Bisaccio, Matt. That actually hurt us, but it wasn't the biggest hurt because we had guys that replaced him that did okay. But then, as soon as AP was gone, and then we had Pete Carroll, he changed his whole. He had the whole staff. The only guy that was the original was Patrick Graham, and I don't think Patrick Graham is trash. I think that he was just doing what Pete Carroll told him to do. He wasn't doing what he wanted to, because he does his defensives upstairs. He doesn't like being, right there at the sidelines, and he has no control. He's just doing what Pete Carroll's telling him to do. He's not doing it his way. But Pete Carroll's a defensive mind guy. But I thought Pete Carroll would improve the linebacker core and the safety core and the corner core, which is what he's always been famous to do. And he really didn't do that. Our linebacker core, we have the worst linebacker core in the NFL, I mean, yes, Jamal Adams is the only one that really stands up. And the Roberts guy for the Steelers, he did okay. He was like a Denzel Perryman at best, but it still sucked, Then we lose Jermaine Pratt. I mean, I said he wasn't going to be – I know everybody thought he was going to be great. But look what happened with him. He gave up, didn't want to play, and then we got rid of him. And when teams don't play on a morale, he might have been sandbagging for all I know, just like Randy Moss did with us. Sandbagging. One-handed tackles. I know Harvey was complaining. You always tackle with 2 arms, 2 hands. You don't go one arm. Someone, it doesn't work that way. They'll take your arm off doing that stuff, But yeah. Okay. Someone said Jacobs had 242 carries in his rookie year. Genty nearly has 191 so far. Yeah. I think, like I said, it's always like this. The Genty, if you're going to say Jacobs and Genty, you can put them at their best. He's faster than Jacobs. Vision, I think they're pretty similar when they follow blocks. Just that, Genty has that after burst of speed where Jacobs does it. But Jacobs can break tackles way better than Genty. I mean, he could be at the line of scrimmage and a linebacker corner try to take him down. He's turned -2 yards to, +2 yards, which would be like Jacobs gaining 4 yards. See, Genty can't do like what Jacobs could do right there, but Josh Jacobs cannot outrun linebackers or corners. He doesn't have that breakaway speed. I mean, his longest run was it 80? I think it was 83 yards or 86 yards. Only because the receivers were all blocking. It was when Derek Carr made an audible in overtime against Seattle, and he ran that big run. That was his biggest run he ever had. But like I said, Jacobs is not a speedy back. But I think Genty would do better. He needs a power back to pair with him. I think he would do better. That actually helps. That helps against the defenses, because when you play against a knife, because that's what Genty really is. He's a serrated knife. But then you need to get a big, thick machete running back and add that right to him. That's how I would say you improve Genty's running. You get a big back. And Zamir White is not really a big power back. I mean, he's only 5'11" and 220 pounds. I mean, yeah, he gained weight, but he's more meant to be a balance back. You need a big 230-pound back, That's what you got to do. Have him back up Genty, You do that, rotate running backs. That's how running backs last longer, and they don't get injured as much too. That's why Jacobs got hurt a lot because we didn't rotate our running backs very well with Josh McDaniels. I mean, Jacobs, he ran him down to 1,500 yards rushing or 1,400, something like that. And he led the NFL in rushing, but then next year he only had 800 yards rushing, because he got injured because he ran him down. And you want to keep a guy like Jacobs or any other running back, you have to do a running back rotation so they don't get hurt, because Jacobs, he took a lot of pounding. I thought he was done, but with Green Bay, he's actually doing better because they're not running him down, like what we did with Josh McDaniels. He ran Jacobs down, Oh yeah, Gruden loves fullbacks too. Yeah,
Is Dustin gone?
I think so. I think he was supposed to come back, but yeah.
So what were we talking? We were talking.
We're talking about
What fuck it, we'll get off we were trying to talk about the rookies, but anyway, but what's the chat saying? What they had some questions, it sounds like.
Well, they're giving input, like like one was saying, yeah,
I can't
I'm
see the
seeing Paul.
chats.
Oh,
I
I
have
can see the chat.
I have no idea who's in the chat. Give me some of the names and see if I know some
All
of
right.
them.
All right, ones I can see right now because it's stagnant. There's Bush Raider, and I think that's Ozzy. We said, well,
Yeah, I know who Ossie is. I'm sorry. What was it?
Genty is at 665 yards, rushing 4 touchdowns, 45 receptions with 259 yards and 4 touchdowns from the receptions. And the scrimmage yards, he has, of course, 8 touchdowns. Genty is better than Jacobs. Jacobs had a top 15 O line and never had a receiving touchdown. Yeah, but that's because the Raiders threw the ball a lot too under both Gruden and even Josh McDaniels. But he didn't get utilized the way like Alabama did, because when he was with Alabama, he caught the ball a lot and he was a dual back. He wasn't a full-time running back. He actually ran more than Genty. Genty just has better speed than Jacobs. But when it comes to breaking tackles, and Jacobs could be used for catching. When they had also Alec Ingold, the fullback, they threw the ball a lot more towards him. So really, that cut Jacobs catching and all that. That's the quarterback and the coach. That's not on Jacobs. The reason why Genty's catching the ball more is because we don't have those good receivers like before. That's why he's catching the ball more. That's the best fair statement. That's why Genty's catching the ball more, but he's not getting the rushing yards, and he could do better because of the O line. But that's not. I mean, that's the head coach. And then Big Raiders, Drox says Pete, a Hall of Fame head coach, thinks he doesn't deserve to be fired. TBH, just let him cook. And then Ozzy says Genty's getting his number behind a bottom 5 line, which is true. I agree with that. Jacobs also had 242 carries. Oh yeah, I did say that before. But Gruden likes fullbacks. That's what Paul says, and yeah. But those are fair statements.
You can't deny the fact that Genty, his yards before contact are 0.2. 0.2 yards before contact.
Yeah, and I'm being fair with
who in the fuck can you blame on that? Is it coaching because they can't do the line? Is it not the line? I mean, because the line is finally starting to come together now. They're starting to play.
They are. But
let me finish for a second.
Yeah.
I think I am not a Kappa fan, not in any by any means, but he is actually been playing better at center. and Caleb Rogers, who got 17 plays this first game and then got to play the whole game, he had zero pressures
I was
against
hearing that.
against Denver. That's for a rookie who Pete Carroll said wasn't ready yet.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
so this offensive line may not be as far off. I'm not saying keep. What I would like to see, I would like to see the Raiders pick up the center. I can't remember his fucking name right now from Baltimore Ravens in free agency if he's available still. If they don't sign him
Yeah.
back up, we got a solid, true center. You got
Yeah.
JPJ and Caleb Rogers as guards, and then so and maybe during the draft you can pick up another tackle. And who's to say why not start playing Charles Grant to find out who the fuck he is?
Yeah.
You know, and, and so I don't
Yeah.
think the offensive line is off as far, except for the offensive line coach. I don't think this offensive line is that far off of
No,
where
they're
we
not.
need them to be. You know,
Yeah.
if with just
Yeah,
a
I agree with you.
little tinkering
Yeah.
here, it's not an overhaul. It,
Yeah. I agree with you there. I mean, Gruden fixes up guards really easy. Tackles are the toughest position, I think,
oh,
especially the
absolutely, you're
blindside
on your
left tackle. Uh,
right.
but I would do. I know Dustin said about DJ Glaze. I think DJ Glaze. I think with the new regime, he kind of got messed up, and he's still a young player. I would do is I wouldn't draft to replace him. I would do is get a veteran right tackle and still have him there. And
Well,
you could move him to right guard, and then eventually he can
that
take his job.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking as move him in. I mean, if we can't get another tackle in or somebody to replace him at tackle, you can move him into not because with my theory before. But if that theory doesn't work out, I think he would be better at guard than and which is it's not my theory. Is what shit
Yeah.
everybody's saying that he would probably
Well,
make a better guard than a tackle.
I
So
disagree though a little bit because in his rookie year, he actually played really well. In his rookie year, it was under AP, but he blocked really well. But when you have a different kind of regime, it changes things. And they had him do probably not what he's used to doing.
I
So
thought he more played really well for what was expected of a rookie at his
yeah, he did.
draft pick.
And what
He,
tells
he
me
played
is
really
that
well for that, yeah, but not
yeah,
really well overall. I
yeah. I
mean,
think what happens is we didn't change the O-line blocking scheme. It was pretty much the same, but it might have to do with the offensive line coach and everything. So I would say for now, though, I wouldn't just find his replacement. Find someone because he's still a young guy. If he was if he was a veteran, I'd find his replacement. But
well, we
since
already
he's a young guy, he could improve. He shows he could be improvement. With younger players, there's improvement. Once they're veterans, there's no improvement. I would, like I said,
Mhm.
get a veteran tackle and then have him as a backup right tackle and put him there. And you could put him as a guard, and he could be a backup right tackle too.
right.
I mean,
Guy could play
just like
multiple
Charles.
positions, back up a multiple position that benefit him and
Yeah,
benefit the team.
and he is
So,
more of a right tackle. That's what he is. That's his true position. He
right,
is a right
yeah.
tackle.
You don't want to
Colt Miller,
switch.
though, yeah, Charles Grant, I would say he needs to gain some more weight. You got to put some more weight on him because you don't want a skinny left tackle. I think you don't want to do it too fast,
Oh,
but you want him to gain some weight. But
oh,
don't do like
absolutely. I mean, well, he
don't
came
do a
from a
Dylan
small.
Parham, yeah.
He
Dylan
came from a
Parham,
small program, so I mean, he didn't have the benefits that some of these guys do, as far as
yeah. Like I said, I would have had him as a guard myself, but have him as a left guard and be a backup left tackle too. So yeah, because you know what, there might be. I mean, if we get a good head coach like say Gruden, I think Gruden would keep Grant as a right tackle, and Grant will play at. I mean, not Grant, but Glaze, DJ Glaze, and DJ Glaze would play at the level he played as his rookie year, maybe even better. I think what it is all the players. They're. I mean, when your O line isn't blocking, especially younger guys, they don't block well, and it's because of the morale, and it's also the work ethic that the coach is putting on. You know, and it affects the younger players more than it does the older veteran players because they're used to the job and they're ready right now. And Glaze, he showed a shine. I know he's like the stock market. He can play great and then falter. And my saying is have a backup veteran right tackle, and that's what I would, or starting right tackle, have him there and see how he does, and maybe put him at right tackle. Gruden, I would trust Gruden if he was our coach. He would fix that whole line situation, like Dustin was saying. The guards he fixes up easier. He fixes up the running. The problem with Gruden, he's always had a problem with is tackles, because the only tackle he had that was successful, very successful, was Colton Miller. And he's always had a problem with the right tackle position. But even with a bad right tackle position, the Raiders still played pretty good, even with Derek Carr having to watch his right, side. But Colton Miller, he had a lot of confidence in Colton. But I mean, and yeah, when we didn't have Trent Brown, yeah, our O line looked like dog shit. And Brandon Parker wasn't really a bad tackle. I think he was a bad he was in a bad position where he should never have been a right tackle. He was a left tackle. We drafted 2 left tackles in 2018. That was the mistake of Reggie McKenzie. He was in charge of that draft when Gruden was the back. When he first came back to us, and he got a lot of mediocre players. I mean, 18 was a bad draft. The only good draft pick was Colton Miller, but the rest were all trash, And Brandon Parker, I don't think he was trash. I just don't think he wasn't meant to be a right tackle. He was going to be a backup right tackle under Donald Penn. Donald Penn got hurt because Donald Penn was originally a left tackle, but they decided to move him to right, and he got injured. And then what happened was they put Parker there, and then Parker struggled a lot because that wasn't his position. He was always a left tackle, and sometimes we got to do. But when you had Mike Mayock, he had a better evaluation of players. The only thing was he took players that were too safe, like Cleveland Farrell. Cleveland Farrell was not worth the 4th pick of the first round. There were players way better than him. They could have traded down and still got him, And even Tyree Wilson wasn't worth the 6th round pick. He was exactly like Cleveland Farrell. I said this to Dustin. He didn't have a high motor. He was a DT / defensive end. He was an inside rusher. That's what he was. 3-4 defense, he's a defensive end. 4-3 defense, he's a defensive tackle. And he was undersized for a DT for stopping the run, but he's great in the pass rush. But I would have never taken him in the first. When you're 6th pick of the first round, you're expected to be a starter, and he couldn't be a starter. He was injured. They knew about his injury. Should have never taken him in that pick. They could have traded down and still got him. No one was going to take him in the early first round. He might have been gone down past the 20s, perhaps even the 2nd round, But, the edge rushers in that time during Tyree Wilson, he was the 2nd take of the edge rushers. And, it wasn't a great, what's it called? Great league for edge rushers during that time, and just like quarterbacks, wasn't a great one during Kyler Murray. He was the only, I think he was the only quarterback drafted in the first round, I think. And he was small too. And I was like, man, they got themselves a small quarterback. I mean, he's got a great arm and all that, but man, he's not disciplined or anything,
Hey, let me interrupt you. Can I interrupt you for 1 second? I got to take off. It's almost 1
All right,
o'clock.
yeah.
I got to get
Yeah, I
more.
got to
So
take off too.
nice
Yeah.
talking to you and stuff.
Oh,
But have a
yeah.
good night,
You too,
and
Brandon Mike.
we'll meet up some other time, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Till Dustin gets back here, I'm gonna. I guess I could not really end it or anything. Uh, yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, Alex Leatherwood was also a bad pick. I'll say that too. Alex Leatherwood was really a left tackle and a left guard. He could play right guard perfectly too, because when it comes to guards, you could play left or right. But tackles, not every tackle can play left or right. But I didn't think Alex Leatherwood was a bad player. He just wasn't worth the 17th pick. He was a second or third round pick as a guard. He was the best guard. He was not a number one tackle or a number two tackle. I do agree with that pick. That Mike Mayock went too soon on him, just like Cleveland Farrell. But and you know what? There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism, and I still like Mike Mayock. I like his drafting. But if you have an owner like, say, me, I would say, no, Mike. See, I'll say, hey, Mike, just deal with the steals, and I'll deal with the first picks. That's where I would do it, just the first round pick, because I know the best first round pick and everything, and it wouldn't have been Cleveland. It wouldn't have been Alex Leatherwood. And Alex Leatherwood, I think he was a good run blocking guard. I think. And it was terrible what Josh McDaniels did to him. He set him up for failure. Gruden already knew he couldn't play left tackle, but Josh McDaniels says, "Oh, I want to try him for right tackle," and he failed. And he said, "Well, this motherfucker's cut," just like that, and. So yeah, that was just really stupid. He set him up to failure to get rid of him. You just wasted a 7th round pick and got nothing from him. I mean, that was a bad move by Josh McDaniels. That's why that's coaching. But we could fix this whole offensive line. I would still like DJ Glaze. I still think he could be a good right tackle. You just got to be patient with him. I think it's the O-line's coach fault. I think they are not. Like I said, when it comes to young players, they don't sometimes do well with criticism, even if it's constructive sometimes. Or I think it was probably not constructive criticism. So yeah, I think right now with the Raiders, I would say you get a guy like Gruden. I think Gruden will keep DJ Glaze as a right tackle still, or you could move him to right guard. I mean, but I think he's still a good player. I mean, he played his best rookie year. That's why I would not dismiss DJ Glaze. There's more to it than what we say. We could say it looked like dog dress, but this is a different regime. This is not AP's regime. This is Pete Carroll's regime, and look at it. Yes, they play West Coast offense. They play the zone blocking offense. It was the same as AP's. AP was playing a regime. He wanted to change up, and that was a mistake on his part. They should have stuck with air raid, because I think AP probably might have kept his job. I mean, I think that I think he would have got more than 6 wins, probably. Like he did before when he took over Josh McDaniels. And right now we should fire Pete Carroll. When the season's over, get rid of him. If we get Gruden, if Gruden's showing interest and everything, and I know Mark Davis, if he can lay off the crack pipe and see that Gruden wants to be on the team, he'll take him in. He always wanted Gruden. That was Gruden's guy. The Raiders need stability. My local high school team is more stable than the Raiders. Yeah, that's true. And it's the development that they need. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. The Raiders, we need to, we need to have the development there. And when it comes to the rookie quarterback players, like I said, this is where the Raiders base needs it the most. The number one base, I'm not going to say offensive line. I'm not going to say defensive line. I'm not even going to say the linebackers. Special teams. Special teams is the number one problem on the Raiders. That's never been a problem for almost ever. We've always had a good special teams. Now we have one of the worst special teams in the NFL. We've had punts blocked. I mean, that's hardly ever happened to us. Twice. And we get a punter that gets injured. Punters don't get injured from blocked punts. When that happens, that's your blocking. That's the blocking and everything. So yeah, I say that right now with the Raiders, when they in free agency mostly, I would say they missed out in the draft. I'll tell you where the Raiders did good in the draft. Where they really did great. I think that Porter was good. He should have been utilized. Still think that. Dante Thornton Jr. was actually a very good steal of a pick. Okay. And of course, I said that. And let's see what else. Landenberg, or whatever his name is, the linebacker, I think the fact that he still has his job for being a 7th-round pick wasn't a bad pick. But we needed a linebacker in the earlier round. Where those 2 defensive tackles were at, I would have taken a linebacker after the tackle. We didn't need 2 defensive tackles. That's what I thought was dumb. Trading down wasn't really too bad, but we needed a shutdown corner. But of course, that Porter, would have been a good starting corner. We should have started him, set him up to play a little bit. He has to learn. He has to fail in order to succeed. Let him do that. You have to do that. And I think that we could have played better. We didn't blitz that much either. That's what I didn't like about the defense. I think our defense last year was better than this year's, though. Although the run stop did improve a little bit, but not by much. But our pass rush was one of the best last year, but it wasn't that great this year, though. Even when Crosby got hurt, we still pass rush pretty good. But we've got to stop the run, and it's got to start with a new defensive line. I mean, we need a defensive line coach, a better defensive line coach. We need a better secondary coach. I mean, you're going to have to do that with a new head coach. With Gruden, he's going to improve that offense. He's going to make some improvements. He's going to improve that O-line. The fact that he sees some of these players right there, the receivers, the tight ends, I think he would keep just about almost all of them. I think that I do disagree with Dustin about one thing, though. If Gruden was the head coach, he ain't going to draft a quarterback. I guarantee you he won't. He'll draft someone on defense or possibly on offense. Most likely defense, although Gruden's proven in history he's drafted mostly offense, except for Cleveland Farrell. That's the exception, but I think he will take a defensive player, whether that be a linebacker or if he becomes a head coach. Because if he likes Kenny Pickett, and he does, and he likes Aiden O'Connell, there's no way they're drafting a quarterback. There's not. When you have 2 young quarterbacks, he's going to keep both of them, and he may not even need to get a veteran quarterback because you have Kenny Pickett that's close to being a veteran. He'll keep him, and I think that it'll be just fine. I just don't think he would draft a quarterback. And there is one thing about the quarterback. I know Dustin wants him. He's a junior quarterback, and I learned my history with quarterbacks and drafts. If you get a good quarterback in the draft, even first rounders and they're juniors, it's best to bench them for almost a whole year. That's the best thing to do. Bench them for a whole year. That's what they did with Patrick Mahomes. He was a junior quarterback. If Patrick Mahomes had started in his rookie year, he would have struggled a lot more. He did not struggle hardly at all in his sophomore year, which was like his freshman year. I mean, if it was his freshman year in the NFL, he would have had rookie of the year. But because it was his second year, he didn't get the Rookie of the Year. Not always bench a lot of quarterbacks. It depends. It depends on how much gameplay they played in college. Derek Carr didn't need to was never benched. He took the starting job against Matt Schaub, but Derek Carr had played 4 games. He played 4 games out of the 5 times he was at West Hills for 5 years at Fresno State. He was in 5 years. And he was a senior quarterback. He was seasoned up and he was ready to play. Yeah, Matt Schaub was terrible, and Derek Carr showed how good he was, and he got revenge because Schaub took his brother's job originally. But like I said, the rookie quarterbacks when they're seniors, those are the best quarterbacks. And if Mendoza does get picked, let's just say we don't get John Gruden, and you get him, you're going to have to bench him and then get a veteran quarterback. And you get rid of most definitely get rid of Geno Smith. You get a guy, you get Andy Dalton to be the backup, or even there's this other quarterback, I can't think of his name. He's on another team, former Dallas Cowboy. He would be a good mentor, Yeah, Derek Carr, I just don't. I think if Derek Carr I think Derek Carr could come back, but it just depends on how good his arm is. If it's not any better, I don't think he would do it. I don't think he would coach. I don't think he would quarterback coach because he wants to play. He would rather play, but he wouldn't mind being a part of the organization, though. I do think he would love to be a part of the organization, but I don't think he would be a quarterback coach. I think he would be just a part of the organization, like he would be part of the Shield or something, That's what I think. I don't think he would be a quarterback coach. He's a very young guy. He's not old. He's younger than Geno Smith. I know he has an arm. I don't know how bad his arm is, but if he could get that arm fixed and play, I'd welcome him back. The Raiders didn't have a good defense when Derek Carr was the quarterback, and that is 100% true. They didn't. Even with Khalil Mack, they didn't have a great defense. They had a great player like Khalil Mack. They had one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. They had a good D-line. They had good linebackers, but they had the worst secondary. I mean, when Derek Carr got hurt, like we were playing Carolina against Superman, Cam Newton, they were going to start to come back, and Derek Carr said, he had a dislocated finger and was throwing him. He wore a special glove. He said he was in lots of pain, but he did not give a shit, and he threw that ball, and he was better the next week. He recovered quickly from that, and he was doing better. Yeah. Khalil Mack took 10 games to get his first sack. He has 10 games to get his first. Well, I don't know. Khalil Mack didn't get 10 sacks in his rookie year, but it was because he didn't play the position he was supposed to play. Yeah, because he played a 4-3 defense, and he was a linebacker, outside linebacker, and he wasn't an edge rusher. He played coverage. That wasn't his position. He plays a 3-4 defense as a linebacker, but in his second year, there was a problem. He wasn't a blitzer. He was a pass rusher. That's what he was. So he got his 10 sacks under Jack Del Rio when they put him as a defensive end. And that's what he was, a defensive end 4-3 player. That's why. And it wasn't Khalil Mack's fault. It was Dennis Allen's fault for poor valuation of a player. When you draft, there's Dustin. Hey, Dustin. Oh, you're muted. Yeah, I don't. There.
We're gonna have to
there you go.
Up here. We have to.
All right.
Gotta stop right here. I appreciate you guys hopping on everything. I'll be on. If you want to say late, we can bounce off right here.
All right, later, everybody.
All right. Appreciate you, Rudy. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Just my kid over here's mouth hurt and everything, and
All right.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
want
gotta
to
do
fall
what you gotta
asleep
do.
laying there with him.
All right.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you. I'll talk to you later on, man.
All right. Later, everyone.
Late.